Weights have been lifted. Sprints have been run. Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
New schools will be kicking off this week in the boys soccer tournament, and participation in high school sports in Michigan continues to grow. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. This fall's MHSAA boys soccer tournament starts this week, and for the first time since the 2006-2007 school year, teams from the Upper Peninsula will be participating. For the last 16 years, the tournament was for teams in the Lower Peninsula only. This was a result of a lawsuit originally filed in 1998, where the federal court had assigned separate Upper Peninsula soccer tournaments played opposite what was done in the Lower Peninsula. In the UP, boys were to play in the spring, while soccer is a fall sport in the Lower Peninsula. Teams in the UP opted to stick with the same seasons as the Lower Peninsula teams, giving up on a UP-only soccer tournament. A petition filed earlier this year was approved by a federal court, and that now allows for boys and girls soccer teams in the UP to compete in the same season as their Lower Peninsula counterparts and gives them the opportunity to play in a statewide soccer tournament. The boys' finals will be played at Grand Ledge High School, with all 4 games taking place Saturday, November 4th. Come spring, the girls' finals will take place at Michigan State University on June 14th and 15th. To follow the boys' tournament, from brackets to results, previews, and more, check out MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the last week. First up, Braden Powers of DeWitt. He headed in the lone goal in a 1-0 win over Holt. That gives the Panthers their first CAAC Gold Cup victory since 2011. Boyne City's Ava Tarsi, she had 80 assists, 12 aces, 29 digs, and 9 kills as Boyne City went 9-1 and claimed the title at the Mansalona Varsity Invite. And to Lake Orion's Billy Roberson, the senior ran for 228 yards and 3 touchdowns in a 42-21 Dragons win over Clarkston. When we highlight a trio of standout performances from the last week.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year. You could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with the MHSAA's Director of Officiating Services, Sam Davis.
It's 4th and 10. Team A is lining up on their 25-yard line to kick a field goal. The kick is blocked backwards by Team B, never crossing the line of scrimmage. The kicker is able to scoop the ball up and takes off, getting down to the 7-yard line before being tackled. The next down should be 1st and goal from the 7 for Team A, the kicking team. 1st and 10 from the 7 for Team B, the defensive team. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line for Team B. If you said 1st and goal for Team A, you are correct, because the ball kicked never crossed the line of scrimmage. The kicking team is able to pick up the ball and advance it. Because it was carried past the line of gain, it's a first down.
Thanks, Sam. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, go to the MHSAA website now to register. Participation in high school sports continues to outrank Michigan's high school-aged population. Michigan's 268,070 participants in the 2022-23 school year ranked the state 9th, despite having the 10th largest population. And a number of individual sports are ranked even higher. Girls sports in the top 5 are skiing, which came in 3rd, and volleyball, tennis, and bowling, which all came in 4th nationally. On the boys' side, bowling ranks 2nd, skiing 3rd, ice hockey 4th, and tennis and golf both 5th. Across the country, 11-player football is the most popular boys' sport with more than 1 million participants. Outdoor track and field is the most popular girl sport. To see where each sport ranked and for more total participation information, please visit MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll see you next week.
Step up the middle of the field, 40, big hole, 50, he's gone, 45, at the 30, left sideline, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Jaden Terry. The tank for the Lancers give read option keeper a whole bunch of space. At the 40, got the 35, 30, up the middle of the field, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Bryce Underwood. And welcome to game night. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Tim with you here at the 14-yard line will be offset by Tyson Mann. Jimmy's over the 30. Burst to speed at the 40. Right sideline, 15. Get away from the tackle. Walking the tightrope at the 30. 25-20. All alone. 10-5. Touchdown, Grandville. Snap to Underwood from the gun. Fake handoff in the RPO. Thrown left side. Caught Yarbrough. Sidesteps the defender at the 5. Walks in the end zone. Touchdown, Belleville. The Tigers put it away. 34-17. They're going to go back-to-back. Fake handoff, keeper left side over the 45-yard line, upside the number of the 40, 35-30, left sideline 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, 7 touchdowns for Mason McKenzie, and Caledonia has just about served this one up on ice. And hello everyone, and welcome to the MGN Studios. This is the Game Night Whip Around show on Michigan Sports Radio, and we are so excited to bring it to you all night long. My name is Nate Dreyer. He is Chandler Timmer. This is Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. And yes, this is the Whip Around show. This is Red Zone style coverage, Whip Around style coverage for West Michigan and beyond high school football. We'll have live games, we'll have live scores, we'll have commentary, we'll have a ton of other fun throughout the night as well. So make sure throughout the evening, along with checking out all the games, you spend plenty of time here with us. Chandler, what a unique opportunity, and so excited to be able to try this and debut this out here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It's something we've been looking forward to now for a while, since we kind of floated the idea of this being a possibility. It's usually we're focused in on our single game, more often than not the Grandville football game that we're covering, and usually it's kind of my side job to go around and check some of the local scores and try to see what's going on in some close games late in the night. And so now to have a full night to be able to kind of look at all the games, all the action that's going on, I think it'll be really interesting. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and part of the reason why we picked this game or this night, I should say, is because of the amount of huge games we have. First off, we have a pair of conference championship games within the OK. First off, the Big School Championship, OK Red, Grandville, and Rockford, of course, taking place at Grandville tonight. Brock Conkle and our Rockford crew will be there this evening, so we'll be having video updates looking in there. And then also South Christian and Grand Rapids Catholic Central, those two games. So first off, two of the hottest contested conferences in West Michigan all year, both settling conference championships, and right here on the Whip Around, you'll be able to see both of those championship games going on.
Yeah, I think 4 teams that have had tremendous seasons right in the mix for their conference, the opportunity to win it here tonight for pretty much any one of them there. And so, and for those both to be taking place tonight, of course, the Grandville-Rockford game is one we've been looking forward to for quite a while. A lot of momentum for both teams going into that one, and then the South Christian Catholic Central game too. That we've been split on our takes on who's going to be winning that one all season long. So it'll kind of be fun as we see that one go back and forth as well.
Yep. So we'll have the board here behind us that we'll be able to zoom into to show you. We'll have the audio from all the games going on tuned in as well throughout the evening. So that's how we are going to be able to show you. And, of course, I think the best way to watch us tonight is just through MichiganSportsRadio.com, the Listen Live tab there, how most people find us, because that's your best chance to, hey, we're talking about this game. You want to watch it? Go and watch that for a while. Come back to us. I know our feed will be probably about a minute behind where the other feeds are because we're watching the feed and then putting it out But regardless, that will be really fun and a unique way to do it. But other games, EGR, Byron Center, in a game that could continue to help determine the OK White. Also, Forest Hill Central and Lowell are in action. That's a game we don't have coverage of, but we certainly will be keeping an eye of the scores on. Caledonia, East Kentwood, big one for playoff positioning. The same thing can be said for Hudsonville. They're trying to bounce back off a couple of really tough losses versus a Jension team that's coming off a win. Hudsonville, they're probably in the playoffs even with just 4 wins, but they'd feel a lot more comfortable, and that's the story of tonight. With these other games you just talked about, it's not just the chases for conference championships, but the playoffs. It is getting really tight. We'll have a look at snooze2u.com and other places for some playoff commentary later, but that's the other big story of tonight. Is there's a lot of teams that are trying to solidify themselves in or get that little bit stronger position made.
Yeah, I think a lot of matchups there where you've got teams that are more likely in the playoffs, have set themselves up pretty good, but need a couple more wins to stack some playoff points, give themselves a better seeding in the playoff once that rolls around. But then you've also got teams that are looking like they'd probably need to win out in order to make it. So those kind of matchups going back and forth there versus teams that are in desperation versus teams that are trying to set themselves up a little bit better, even if the conference isn't in the grasp there, but still very important games be decided.
All right. I think that's a perfect time. Of course, Grandville, Rockford going on tonight. And this week on our Tailgate Report podcast that we have on the Michigan Game Night YouTube page, we had a pair of Bulldogs. Cash Ruff, Mike Medeowis joined us coming off their big win against Caledonia in the big game, of course, this week. We cut together some parts of each of their interviews into about a 12-minute or so block right here. So let's now turn over to that, and let's hear from a couple Bulldogs as they get ready to head into their huge game tonight against Rockford.
I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. I've heard it said that professional coaches measure success in rings, college coaches measure success in championships, and high school coaches measure it in titles. But youth coaches measure success in smiles. At Centennial Securities, we're like the youth coach. Our success is measured by the smiles on the faces of our satisfied clients. If you're a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
And welcome back, everyone, to Game Night and Captain's Corner this week. We've got a couple of Captain's Corner interviews, and we start with the senior quarterback leader of the Grandville Bulldogs, who is coming off one heck of a performance, especially at the very end of it with a winning touchdown with 2 seconds to go. Cash Ruff joined us here on MGN. How are you doing tonight, Cash?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for coming on. I mean, this obviously is a perfect time for our interview with you. Let's get into it. The Caledonia game. Take me through some of the emotions and just kind of some of your first thoughts and takeaways from that incredible game. I know that's a tough thing just to set up because there's so much to take away from it.
Yeah. So going into the game, me personally, I had a chip on my shoulder because the year before, I broke my hand against Cal. Mm-hmm. So I really wanted to get at it, and I just felt something in this game. It was very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's take a look at, there are 2 plays, I think, from you that are going to stand out, the 2 touchdown plays. Let's look at first the first of the 2. So not the winning score at the end, but the play where you rolled out, kind of reversed course, somehow found a way to sneak in the end zone. I mean, kind of take us through, some of kind of what was the play call there? It almost looked like you were looking past, or you put a pump fake in there. Like what were some of the things going through your head on the first of that touchdown play, which was a really incredible athletic play?
Yeah, it was a pass.
Okay.
But the funny thing is, Mike actually looked at me before the play and said, "Don't pass."
Okay.
And so I saw him out of the corner of my eye while I was running, and so I stopped and looked, and it wasn't there at all. Once I finally stopped, and then just evaded the first guy, and then saw the end zone.
Yeah, no, I mean not many guys have shown an ability to snake and accelerate their way through that linebacking core and defensive back core throughout the last couple of years, and then the game-winning play, which we kind of highlighted was a really well-drawn-up play with the time remaining, getting you to the sideline. I guess take us through a little bit of the play call there and the play that you made diving for the end zone, and then also, like, when you put the ball over, was it one of those things where you were dead sure that you knew you got it? I know it was, kind of hovering. Take us through kind of your mindset during and after that the game clinching play.
Yeah. So during the timeout, we called. He told me to throw it away if it wasn't there.
Okay.
And during the play, I barely looked at pass. It was covered immediately, and I just looked to the side, looked to the pylon and saw it, and just got going. And then when I was it was a for sure touchdown when I saw it.
Yep.
But the ball did come out really early after I passed the plane.
Yeah, and that's why it was, in the booth, there was kind of that quick pause waiting for the official, and then, of course, the wild moment and wild scenes that followed it up. But looking ahead as well, I know you're a player. You've got I think a Davenport and another offer to, as an athlete on the table. Where are kind of some of your mindsets or your thoughts, I should say, in terms of next year college selection, maybe playing at the next level? Where are you at right now with that process?
Yeah, still hoping for some more offers, but definitely looking at Davenport and Valpo for defense and maybe quarterback too, as well.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up by looking ahead. As if last week's game wasn't big enough, there's now another even bigger one, and it's the arch rival of the program, Rockford. First off, tell me about this game from the emotional standpoint of you're coming off such a high of this Caledonia win, carrying that momentum, against a team that Grandville has not beaten now since 2019, is where the mark is against Grandville or against Rockford. Where are you at in terms of, I know all games are easy to get up for, but this one's got to be that much easier to be ready to rock and roll for.
Yeah, just the entire week just is really exciting. I'm just so excited to practice, and we got to get our guys to keep our heads up and don't look past them. We know we definitely won't look past them, but we got to just keep grinding this week.
To say, hey, Cash, thank you so much for your time and coming on with us here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Cash Ruff, senior quarterback for the Grandville Bulldogs here on Captain's Corner. And welcome back, everyone, to Game Night and to Captain's Corner. And now we are joined by a mainstay of this Grandville football program for the last few years, and mainstay of the program on almost every down they play. This year in particular, it's senior offensive lineman, tight end, and defensive lineman Mike Medeo is here on Captain's Corner. How are you doing tonight, Mike?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Of course, still excited coming off this unbelievable game on last Friday night against Caledonia. I mean, we called it the game of the year, I guess. Just give me some of your first thoughts. I'll leave the floor kind of open on the win, what it meant, and just kind of the emotions of that crazy night.
It was a big win against Caledonia, especially for me since I've never really beaten them. We tied with them my freshman year. Sophomore year, we lost to them. Then, obviously, last year. Well, yeah, it was a huge confidence booster for us, the whole team, realizing that, we are the team that we expected we were in the summer.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we just, on this episode, also got a chance to talk to Cash, and we talked to him about some of those kind of the final plays, the scoring, the last two touchdowns in particular, the final one. Take us through a little bit kind of in the huddle, setting that play up, and kind of where your emotions were at, where the team was at going into that final play that culminated in the winning touchdown with 2 seconds to go.
Yeah, it was actually supposed to be a pass. Cash rolls out to the left. I run a little whip route, and then Gibby comes over top in the back of the end zone. But I guess Cash decided to keep it for himself and jump to the end zone because I did drop a pass earlier in the game.
I think your role and why we were looking forward to being able to talk to you is, I mean, you're a guy that we've seen you in a ton of different roles, I think, around the team this year. In particular, you come into this offseason, and I think, the team is in a fortunate position where you guys have just this abundance of offensive linemen, in particular offensive tackles. And, Coach Stiegel goes with the decision to to move you to tight end, essentially almost as an extra tackle out there. Tell me a little bit about kind of that offseason process. When Coach Stiegel first came, you said, hey, we're gonna move you to tight end. We're going to put you in this sort of role, and kind of some of what went into that throughout the summer.
Immediately I had realized that I had to get in shape. Over the summer I had lost 30 pounds.
Wow, yeah.
So, and it was obviously a new position. I had always been next to it, but I never really knew the routes and all that. So that was a learning curve. And just playing on the outermost of the O-line was pretty strange. So I had to get used to that during the season. But now I'm able to play both sides with pretty much efficiency.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then also a big part of that from the outside would be this would be the first time you've probably had to choose like a pass eligible number. So what was the process in picking 87? Was there anything behind that? When you also got the chance to get to pick one of the skill position numbers on top of that move?
It was just Gronk, really. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And also you're on the defensive side of the ball so much. This is something I kind of asked Stefan a few weeks ago as well with his role playing both ways. We know about the physical aspect of it, but for you as a guy that you've already put together these pieces of moving to tight end. Now also you're playing the defensive line on a defensive line that shifts things around quite a bit. Tell me about kind of the mental aspect in the game of being able to, kind of keep things straight, playing every down and playing, two sides, two different systems and in a system defensively that mixes things up as well.
It's definitely tough. I'm not perfect. There's been a few times where I get mixed between like offense and defense, or offense, I get one side of the offense and I play it or run the wrong play that's supposed to be on the other side. But for defense, mainly Coach Duda has been keeping it simple for us, so that allows me and Stefan to just just go full steam ahead.
You guys are a unit, and you have a coaching staff that's always very good at next game is always the biggest game, and so on and so forth. But it's got to be that much easier to be ready to go for Rockford, just knowing the rivalry. You guys haven't beaten them since 2019 at this point in time. So got to be a really good chance. You guys have to be excited to get this opportunity to make a statement and to have a chance to win the OK Red Championship.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with it being home. It's going to be probably one of the best atmospheres I'm ever going to play in. That gets us excited, and obviously the win with Cal boosts our confidence. But we're just bringing it back to the basics this week. Just back to the fundamentals, stick to the way we play the game, get fast off the ball, and not fall for any of the movement that Rockford does on offense, and stick to our assignments on defense.
I cannot wait, and I wish you and everyone else the most of luck. Mike, thank you so much for your time, and good luck out there on Friday.
All right, thank you.
All right, Mike Medeiros, Grandville, senior offensive lineman, tight end, and defensive lineman here on Captain's Corner. All right, everyone, and welcome back inside the MGN Studios. Nate Dreyer, and Chandler Timmer. Now, both of us up on screen. This is the Whip Around Show, and we got warm-ups going on right now across West Michigan. We check in. The Cougars and the Sailors each warming up there. Also, I saw Brock Conkle has rolled things back around, and Grandville Rockford are starting to get ready there. So as this loads
coming
up,
into today's game, Rockford's
listen
perfect
into
on
Brock.
the year, as we mentioned earlier.
In what is surely a packed,
Granville, outside of one
packed
blemish
press
over at
box
Grand Blanc,
in
they've been
Granville.
doing pretty good themselves. What do you see in tonight's
See
matchup?
a look there, and we'll cut it off there, and we'll just kind of continue to take our look around. But Chandler, all these other games that we just mentioned, of course, Zeeland East, Reeths Puffer. That's a really interesting one that's going on this evening as well that we are going to have our eye on this evening. As I also mentioned, that Byron Center East Grand Rapids game will be going shortly as well. But again, we mentioned the playoff positioning and some of these deeper games. Freeland, Bay City, John Glenn, Newaygo, Central Montcalm, Tri-County, Chippewa Hills, Comstock Park, Kingsley, and on and on and on. I mean, tell me about what game along or aside from, I should say, some of these primary games. We all know about the big-time matchups, the conference championship games, the playoff games. What are kind of some of the main ones that you're going to have your eye on this evening?
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of games really that you've got some teams like look at the game Coopersville, Holland Christian, a matchup there of teams that both in the hunt for the playoffs. Coopersville more securely going to be in. Holland Christian needing a couple wins in order to make it. So a matchup there that if Coopersville is able to win that one, Holland Christian more than likely going to be out. And New Central Montcalm, another one that you had mentioned earlier, but two teams there, both at 3 and 4, same situation where kind of a playoff game before the playoffs really start, where the winner going to have a chance to fight on next week for a chance more than likely to make it in, and the loser, the season more than likely going to end after week 9.
Yeah, and the Hudsonville Jension game, of course, is an interesting one because like Hudsonville has to.
All right,
they don't
welcome you in, folks,
have to win
to our second live
necessarily
broadcast here from the Grandville Athletics YouTube page.
As we've got the Grandville kids starting their stream, but it's one of those contests, CT, where Hudsonville has lost a couple in a row in tough fashion. They've really struggled the last 2 weeks against a couple teams. One team against Caledonia they were expected to struggle against. One they certainly weren't against West Ottawa. But, they're trying to get back on their feet. Jension won last week, and Hudsonville's looking at it from a perspective of, I think in order to feel definitely safe for the playoffs, we have to win. Jension, this is their senior night, their final home game. That's a really interesting game as well.
Yeah, it is. I think Hudsonville's kind of been in a little bit of a free fall. Start off the season so good. Looked like they were almost a lock to make the playoffs, but then a tough loss to Grandville, and then, as you mentioned, the upset last week against West Ottawa, a team that needs to rebound quickly. Jension, a team playing with not much to lose. The playoffs not going to be a possibility for them, but just kind of being able to play free allows them a different sense there. And so interesting matchup to see what Jension can do and what Hudsonville, with their season on the line, can try to pull off as well.
All right, we're going to step aside for one quick break here once again. When we come back, we'll have a little bit more final commentary to make, and then we'll start to get ready for this one here tonight. By the way, all pregame shows on Michigan Game Night and Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio presented by Centennial Securities. We thank them and Farmers Insurance for their presenting sponsorship of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio and being on board with us here tonight as well. So we will quick step aside once more. Be right back.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Michigan Hearing Experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Experts.
Welcome back. Nate Kraft and Chandler here on the Whip Around Show, getting closer to kickoff. Another look here in at Grandville as the Bulldogs and the ready for the national anthem there and around the area as well. So we will be taking another quick break here in just a moment, but we'll wait for Rockford to get ready to roll their way onto the field. The Bulldogs will get ready to do the same in just a moment as well as we prepare for this contest. Actually, they're both out, and they're both getting ready for the national anthem. So I think on that, as we got our games going to the anthem, we actually have to take another quick break as we get ready to start this thing tonight. When we come back, games here on the Whip Around Show.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grchof.com.
At Sporting U, we know the quality and service our customers are looking for, and we make sure we deliver. Whether it's uniforms, embroidered or screen-printed apparel, promotional products, or a company web store, Sporting U has an experienced team, phenomenal suppliers, and in-house production to make it all happen seamlessly. You think it, we ink it. Our team is here to help your team stand out. Find out more at sportingu.com. That's sporting and the letter U.com.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets. Better, because it has to be.
All right, welcome back. Nate and Chandler here. Back in the MGN Studios. We got games getting ready to rock and roll. The Sailors, the Cougars getting ready for the national anthem after we just heard from our presenting sponsors. And by the way, as we get ready to go, like all MSR broadcasts, coaches are presented. You'll be hearing about them on all the individual broadcasts. Coaches are presented by Sporting U. Sporting U, you think it, we ink it. And they have what you need to look your best. Also, the Family Fare Tailgate Special is T-bone steaks for only $8.97 a pound. So make sure you check out all the great specials at shopfamilyfare.com. And let's listen in, as I think we got the national anthem and the pregame festivities getting ready to go in the battle for the OK Gold.
Christian faithful, a good crowd across the way, despite of the weather.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't, we've got a lot of people in the end zone too that prefer not to sit on the wet stands. So I think that there will be a lot of people gathering along there with their umbrellas and have a little more space with their umbrellas. But yeah, I mean, it's hard, if you don't have a son playing in this game or a grandson or whatever to sit out in this.
Also, Grandville Rockford getting ready to kick off. Let's go to Brock Conkle and that coverage there. See what they got going on as we're getting ready for kickoff. And assuredly, the Grandville Bulldogs will be getting the ball first, as they always do.
So I'm not sure if the feed is actually popping up on that. I believe it is.
It did last night on the JV game.
Yeah, I met
all right, Chandler, so getting ready to start. Also, by the way, we'll be checking in every once in a while through this night on the Grandville game. The Grandville students do a really good broadcast. Sam Hungerford, the the leading announcer there, the junior for Grandville. I had a chance to talk to him as well, and they said, kind of shout us out. So I want to shout out that broadcast going on. But of course, the Michigan Sports Radio broadcast, a good place to look. This is our game of the day. It's Grandville and Rockford, one of our games of the day. Grandville and Rockford, and they are getting ready to kick. So let's listen in to the Ram call on that one, as it will be the Rams sending away to the Bulldogs' dangerous return unit. Miguel Rojas, 2 return touchdowns last week against Caledonia for the Bulldogs, and that big win on the road.
Put our audio on it because, let's face it, if you don't have audio on it,
it's hard to take.
You don't know who anybody is for the most part, and it just adds to it. But hey, you know what? Video is better than nothing. Rockford won the toss. They elected to kick off. Also, make sure on that Rockford YouTube channel you subscribe to it. That way, anytime anything's live, you'll be ready to go. Kicking off for the Rams, it's a short kick. It's going to be fielded at the 15-yard line, and it's brought out to the 30. Returning it for the Bulldogs was number 3, Carson Kopko.
All right, so Kopko brings that one back as the Rams elect to kick away from the Bulldogs. We will start taking a look at this Grandville game as we're waiting for Catholic Central, South Christian, and the other games to all get ready to kick off as well from around the area.
It's called a straight tee. A lot of people call it the wing tee. They don't throw a lot.
Thank you, Brock. He got it right. It is, of course, a straight tee, a power tee, not a wing tee. Rockford, they love to change that front line, and here goes Jaden Terry off the start, and a great start for Jaden Chandler. That's exactly what the Bulldogs need to win tonight.
Yeah, definitely going to need some big plays out of the backfield. Jaden Terry all season long has been providing that. See a run of 10-plus yards there on first down. Rockford usually so stingy against the run and against the tee and shutting Grandville down, but a solid run there, first play.
Yeah, that's definitely what the Bulldogs are need. Jaden will stick with this right here because Grandville off to a solid start. Again, against a team that they've had some success and some struggles with, and Rockford loves to change those fronts so much. This is the trap play to Carson Kopko, and they get it up to around the 50-yard line. Don't worry, folks. This won't just be us doing our normal play-by-play at Grandville Rockford, but that, of course, is what we have a fair amount of interest in this evening as well. Hudsonville Jension, that is a radio broadcast. We've got the Catholic Central game getting ready to go in a second. Let's listen in here at Hudsonville and see what's going on there.
And looks like he's going to be stopped for probably a no gain on the play. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 from the – they're just shy – they're actually right now at the 24-yard line of scrimmage.
Tackling there by Jalen Osteen and Chase Chillick again on the tackle. 10:50 to go here, first quarter. I think the rain's picked up a little bit, Kelly. This
just saw off screen, Grandville just went to a play-action pass, and they were definitely incomplete, and Rockford all over it, so the Bulldogs still not moving.
So Jensen's looking at about a 3rd and 9.
There was a Cash Ruff rolling out, and he actually got sacked. He was trying to throw the football away. Looks like they're going to mark him down. A pretty big loss there.
Yeah, we can take a look back here. Yeah, the Bulldogs now definitely backed way up after that last sequence. And in a little bit of trouble here at a 3rd and 18. Jaden Terry bouncing about 3rd and 12. So a rough position for the Bulldogs. Catholic Central, South Christian getting ready to kick off. Let's send it over to that crew as Bob Sack and company get ready to get us underway from the Cat.
Yep. And so, obviously we have a lot of different keys to the game, but one is going to be ball control. You cannot afford to turn the ball over, and you cannot afford to turn it over deep in your territory. So we got to make sure. Looks like most of the guys have their gloves off, which is a good thing.
Hilliard and Russell Dixon back deep. Kamal Hilliard's going to get it, picks it up at the 15, gets up to the 20 to the 25, over to the 30 to the 35, still on his feet, still battling, driving forward all the way across the 40-yard line.
Some good field position there to get started. Of course, that's Eric and Joe on the call, not the South Christian team as I just called out. So that game is underway as Catholic Central gets ready to get their offense on the field. Coopersville, Holland Christian, the big game within the OK Blue, especially big in some playoff positioning. They've got audio tonight. Let's listen in to the Coopersville crew.
The 25-yard line, 2nd and 8. 9:52 just starting here in Holland Christian. No score. Maroons come up to the line of scrimmage. Again, this time they send trips to the far side. Ball's on the near hash. Single set near. In motion goes Hoekstra. He'll line up out there in the slot. Now they'll bring Mitch Maheisen back inside. They're going to go right up the middle. And a great job by the defense for the Broncos, Steve.
So Holland Christian starting on the offensive side of the football right there. Let's take a look, or listen, I should say, EGR Byron Center. First time we've heard from them tonight, as we've got the big game of the OK White also.
Third and long, and now a screen
Byron
pass
Center, East Grand
off to
Rapids.
the right side. That's going to fall incomplete. That was Scotty Millman trying to hit Carson Thornton out of the backfield. Pass goes incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th and long, and ball being spotted at the East 49.
So EGR goes 4th and out on their first drive, so it'll come to a close for EGR. Grandville forced to punt the football away, playing some field position. Let's take a look at what's going on at Bulldogs Stadium.
Right. It brings up a 3rd down and a short 1. I'd put that by the window.
Yeah, but it tips over.
Or Hearn hasn't touched it yet. We'll see if he gets a carry here to pick up the first down. There's a snap. It is a Hearn, and he is going to pick up the first down as he breaks it to the outside, and he'll pick up decent yardage out to just shy of the 40-yard line.
Grinding run right there, Chandler, from Ryan Ahern, but this is exactly some of the stuff we're expecting to see in this Grandville-Rockford game. Tough conditions tonight. We think of Rockford as a high-flying passing team, but Jason Vanderlaan, the offensive coordinator in this team, they can run it. They can bring the wing in like they have at the top of the formation. They aren't afraid to pound the football a little bit as well against this Grandville front.
Yeah, 4 straight runs for them to start the night out on offense. I think the rain playing a big part of that, normally throwing the football quite a bit. Drake Irwin a couple carries, Ryan Ahern converting on that short 3rd down.
They go on the end around there. I don't know if that was Cruisinga or who that was for the Rams, but that got shut down. So the Grandville defense, which of course has been a well-talked-about unit, off to a decent start, at least slowing down this explosive attack a little bit. Catholic Central, South Christian. It's been a good start to the drive for Grand Rapids Catholic Central. Let's take a look at what's going on for the Cougars as they've got it into plus territory.
Because that'll be the punting formation if they do kick it. But my guess is they might go for it. Bringing in now number 13, Marcus Nystrom.
And this is one of those situations where, we got Connor underneath the center. That could be a quarterback sneak.
Now Connor looks over to the sideline, gets a play. Still under center. And he's going to hand off to Kellen Russell Dixon going on the left-hand side. He's got the first down and more to the 30, the 25, inside the 25 to about the 24. Nice hard run by Kellen Russell Dixon.
Chandler, you mentioned it at the start. You know, we've been on our tailgate report on opposing sides of the South Christian versus GRCC debate all season long. I've, from really week 1, had Catholic Central as the top team. You've had South Christian. Right there, Kellen Russell Dixon, big run. Going under center right now. Power attack out of Catholic Central. They're really physically imposing the will against a South Christian defense that have kind of been a little up and down this year, and that's probably the main thing to watch is Russell Dixon's got it again.
Yeah, definitely Russell Dixon, powerful runner there, trying to get him established, moving the football on first possession of the game for the Cougars.
Yeah, he's able to take that one even further. We have a 1st and goal coming up right here, so I think we probably should stick with this as Catholic Central's looking to blow it in. By the way, at the same time, Rockford also has moved the ball well down the field. The Rams also have a goal-to-go situation from the 9-yard line, a 1st and goal for the Rams. They work from the shotgun in that contest. Ryan Ahern shut down around the 5-yard line. A lot going on. Meanwhile, Wolf rolling, spinning, driving. And Wolf is down on the 1-yard line. So Rockford looking to score, Catholic Central looking to score, all at the same time. A lot going on right now, Chandler. We'll keep it on this game, and we'll give a little bit of play-by-play of what's going on from the Rockford game at the same time as the Rams try to get the first points of that game.
The first tackler, and he got inside the one, I believe.
Jake Vermas and Tiesma in on the tackle. Now Wolf is going to be under center. I wouldn't surprise if we see him quarterback sneak here, Joe, and just go right up the middle. Now he's going to hand off to Kellen Russell Dixon. Kellen Russell Dixon, touchdown, Catholic Central.
At the exact same time that Catholic Central scores, Drake Irwin found his way into the end zone, and Rockford leads that football game early. I think Brock might show a replay, as he sometimes does here in a minute, but the Rams on the board first.
This hasn't been this has been an area.
We'll manually try to do a replay right here. Here's Drake Irwin.
Right-hand side, he cuts it back, and Drake Irwin into the end zone. Rockford draws first blood.
So the Rams draw first blood in that one, Chandler, as at the exact same time, Catholic Central quickly draws first blood in their game. So our two premier matchups, the favorites in each of those matchups go down and score very quickly. Well, for Rockford, they got to stop and then scored quickly. About 6 minutes to go in the first quarter of that game from a rainy Grandville. So that's kind of where things are at. The teams that were the favorites are up early. We'll see what that means.
Yeah, definitely striking early, getting some momentum. Rockford, a couple deep completions down the field after running the football. Got them down the field pretty quickly. Does look like Caledonia also driving here in some other action.
That's exactly what I was going to go to. This is our one matchup we actually haven't seen yet, the Huddle must-see matchup. The Caledonia team that just came off a loss last week, they're driving, trying to put the first points on the board here against a somewhat stingy Falcon defense, doing all they can to stand tall in this one. Joey Sutherland's got the call.
Number 99, Mike Zua. It is the senior.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
Yep. He's listed at 148 pounds.
Yeah. Which leg was that? Anyway,
so this is the first 3rd and long here for Caledonia.
I think he actually lost a little bit on that play.
They did mark him back about a half a yard, so it's going to be 3rd, and we're going to call it a long 8. First time we're going to see the 3rd receiver come out, single back right now. They got the 2 receivers on the strong side. Oh, there was movement before. No whistle. Wide open, though, on an inside. The Falcons were playing a super soft zone, and you could see that one coming from a mile away, but nobody went towards the ball.
That's incredible. I don't get that either. It was wide
nice
open.
Nice pitch and catch, though. Nice job there.
It was beautiful, but.
Meanwhile, Jaden Terry just saw back in the Grandville game. We know it's Jaden, even though there's a little bit of moisture on the camera. We know it's Jaden because he's got wild speed to the outside. Jaden Terry just took the ball into Rockford territory for the Bulldogs. We'll stick with Caledonia East Kentwood, though, as Betzer and the Scots are looking to score.
4-3 spin touchdown. Yep. Just a dandy 15-yard run there.
Maddox Greenfield, nice run right there. Caledonia really needed that CT after the loss last week and such a debilitating loss the way they lost it to Grandville. I think they're a little bit mad. East Kentwood really needs a win for some of their playoff positioning, but Caledonia showing what they can do with a grinding offensive drive in the rain to start at what we're going to call their kind of home away from home stadium after they made their whole playoff run here last year.
Yeah, strong start for the Scots after a heartbreaking loss for them a week ago, of course. Losses to Grandville and Rockford on the season, now trying to take care of business against some of the teams that they should beat the rest of the ways, give themselves a little bit of momentum going into the playoffs.
Let's check back in at Bulldog Stadium, see what's going on in the OK Red Championship game. Brock Conkle on the call.
With the carry was Braylon Haney. 3rd down. Grandville is a 4-down territory team, too. They're not afraid to take some risks.
No, if they get within a couple yards here, they're going to go for it.
They might go for it if they don't. Coming up is Ruff, and it's going to be Terry again. He's had some success over there on that right side as he'll pick up the first down.
I should probably tell him.
I think Terry looking good so far. Really?
Yeah, they're picking on that right side. They're getting some yardage over there, Brock.
Rain is really coming down now. You know, one thing about tonight, though, Tim, no matter who wins tonight, it's a 2-game series.
Yeah,
you're going to play again here. You're going to more than likely you're going to play in the district final. And you know, there's the old argument: would you rather play now, or would you rather? Well, we got a false start on the Bulldogs. Would you rather win this one or win the second one? Well, obviously tonight they're playing for an OK Red outright championship.
It's really both, Brock.
yeah,
I'm a little greedy.
You'd like to win both? Well, yeah. I think that's probably a good observation.
Let's take a look at Catholic Central South Christian. There's that penalty marker down, and things kind of slowing down a little bit right now as the Granville Bulldogs trying to drive. And we take it back on to Eric and Joe. By the way, also, quick mention, remember that next fall, Calvin University is debuting its intercollegiate football program, and that practice is already underway for Coach Trent Figg and the Knights this fall. Catch Michigan Sports Radio's coverage of the Knights countdown to kickoff with the debut of Figg on Football. Big play down the field inside the 40-yard line, but make sure you check out that Figg on Football monthly show. You also can watch Calvin College Hockey on Michigan Sports Radio. Lou Gamlin brings you the coverage of Calvin hockey. Bulldogs, by the way, back to midfields. We're mostly trying to keep an eye on our 2 main games that have a lot going on early. Big drive here for South Christian right now, Chandler. Carson Viss and company trying to find their way down the football field. Jake Vermas, the leading wide receiver, part of the trips bunch to the bottom of the field that you see on your screen right here. Let's send it back over to Eric and listen to the call.
In motion goes Vermas. Carson fakes it to Jake. He's going to take it himself. He's going up the middle. He's got positive yards. Another first down.
Carson Viss, Chandler, as good of an athlete as you are certainly going to find in West Michigan. Not just on the basketball court like we mostly have known him to be so great at, but he's taken this role at quarterback this year, filling in for a D1, high-level D1 player, having to move from wide receiver to do it. Boy, he's been impressive.
Yeah, still been able to lead the South Christian team, and just earlier in the drive had an incredible play. They were backed up to start the possession off a penalty, and just able to make a play happen, scrambling around inside the pocket, dumping it off, and converting a big first down. It was on third down in order to keep this drive alive. Looks like they're threatening.
Yeah, at the same time, Grandville just in a plus territory. Look like the Bulldogs have a 3rd and 5 going on. They run some misdirection out of, and Jaden Terry tried to squeak ahead. I think there'll be about a 4th and 1 or so based on the mark coming up for Grandville. Maybe we'll have a look back over to this game right here as well.
It's possibly a quick kick.
To get some field position. They brought number 13 in Carter, the sophomore, Josh Carter, as a running back.
The down box is a train wreck here. As Grandville hands it off, it's 4th down.
I know.
The down box says 3rd
Second.
down, but
Kind of a 2nd, 3rd.
Yeah. It's like a fraction over there on the down box. Grandville gets stuffed again by the Rockford D.
It's not even one of them electric ones either, bro.
So, Chandler, while they're talking about the down box, most importantly, Grandville looks like they get stopped right there. Defense has to come out. So Grandville in some trouble early in this football game for sure.
Yeah, the offense has been unable to score so far. They had to punt it away, and then they're picking up some yardage, getting in the opposing territory, opposing side of the field, but coming up short on 4th down.
Looks like we have a timeout in Catholic Central and South Christian. Let's maybe listen into some games we haven't really seen much going on. Is there anything? Maybe let's just check on East Grand Rapids Byron Center. Haven't really heard a whole bunch going on there. Let's take a look what Dave Van Noord's got going on down at Byron Center. He's got a commercial, so we're going to not go there. Let's take a look also. Maybe with Lou. We haven't checked into Lou and Freeland yet. Let's see what's going on with the Falcons as they're trying to control things in this matchup here tonight.
T formation again. It's going to be an option play. Mativa is going to get hit at the goal line. Let's see. No signal yet, and they're going to say no good.
So it looks like Freeland just put points on the board. They were trying to get the 2-point conversion. They were just unable to do so, as you hear the call from Lou there. But Freeland, good start over John Glenn.
MichiganSportsRadio.com. For Q 58.
Let's check in on Hudsonville Jenison, see what's going on in the crosstown battle there. Hudsonville, an early lead.
Again to Brody Scheidemann. I think he's tackled short of the 1st down, though.
The initial mark does look short. You're right.
We have an update from the OK Gold Championship. South Christian has struck, and the Sailors are on the board for the first time in this one. Let's maybe take a quick look 30 seconds back and see if we can catch this play.
I don't know what the sequence is because Carson claps a lot before the ball gets snapped. He's going to keep it himself, fakes it, and he's going to put his foot forward. He's got the 1st down and then some. Carson Viss cuts it up, and he's going to go in for a touchdown. Nice hard run by Carson Viss, a 24-yard.
Block
Drew
kick.
Brunsma gets the kick blocked.
That could come back to be
so
a big
right
play.
as I was about to start making a point right there, Chandler. Kick is blocked, but Carson Viss, the athleticism. We hyped up the Rockford, the OK Red, and then the OK Gold Championship. So far, Rockford looking really good in the OK Red. They're starting to drive again. We'll take a look at that, but this one's going to be tight, and it's going to be high scoring, I think, all night long, just like last year's game.
Yeah, I think so. Looking like another classic in the making here. Of course, that missed extra point, as they were just talking about, can be huge in a game that's going back and forth, but a big response from the South Christian offense. Down 7-0 to be able to drive down the field, strike, and a long run from Carson Viss.
I want to say last year's game, that was a big part of things as well. Looks like we have both teams running. I think Grandville has potentially just forced a punt in this contest, and I think the Bulldogs are getting ready to run the offense back out. So Grandville, late in the first quarter, makes a big stop, Chandler. 25 seconds to go in a fast-moving first quarter. They're down 7-0, and the Bulldogs offense with a chance to do something right here.
So Grandville will have to go 98 yards with 25 ticks.
There you have it. Thank you, Brock.
Well, Tank Terry has done a little bit of damage. Rockford D's been pretty tough so far, but every Bulldog possession so far has been really one big play that goes backwards. This time Rockford snuffs Terry out at the 10-yard line. It'll bring up a second down. Why don't we get rid of that heater? I think we're better off just wiping the windows. And this is going to wind us down to the end of the first quarter. So Rockford up 7-0. You're listening live.
So, end of the first quarter. Brock having an adventurous night at Grandville. We got heaters. He's doing all he can to help try to clear out the window a little bit that's in front of you there. So, we've got our first games hitting their first quarter break. We are going to take a quick break as well. A lot of interesting games going on across the area. Grandville down 7 with the football against Rockford, and then a 7-6 game, Catholic Central South Christian in that one. We'll take a quick break. Be right back.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
All right, welcome back into the Whip Around show. Nate and Chandler saw just a moment ago as they're getting to the end of the first quarter. East Kentwood missed a field goal, so Caledonia now with the ball. So here is Joey Sutherland on the call. Looks like actually they're reaching the end of the first quarter. So we've got some other games starting to find their first quarter breaks right now. Let's see, Catholic Central South Christian, where are they at? They are still playing late in the first quarter. Here is Eric and company on the call.
Sharpen up on my playbook or my rule book.
Hey, you got tips down.
Yeah, exactly. Well, week 3 I had it.
Right. So it's 1st and 10 Cougars. They are now at the South Christian 44-yard line into Sailor territory. 4:11 to go in the first quarter. Russell Dixon to Connor's right. Now he brings Mill Coleman. And now Coach Kolster's going to want to call a timeout.
The one thing we've seen an early timeout by both sides, and that's because both coaches, if they don't like what they see.
So timeout on the field there. Quick time also to remind you that second quarter on Michigan Sports Radio broadcast is brought to you by Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialists. Their physicians specialize in allergy treatments, helping you find relief and get back into the game. Also, Fortress Floors of Michigan can transform your garage, front entrance, porch, or patio into a strong, stunning, functional space with their customized polyurethane coatings. Choose from various color options and finishes to match your style. They have been transforming Michigan's floors with unrivaled expertise and unparalleled excellence. We get garage floors done in one day, so check them out online at fortressfloorsmi.com.
Bulldogs attempting to try to convert a 4th and 2 here deep, backed up in their own territory.
All right, so Chandler's doing a little bit of play-by-play. They are able to get it handed off. We'll take a look what happened. Looks like the Bulldogs motioning that they think they got it, and Jaden Terry burst out of the pile with the football. So it looks like they did. Grandville does move the chains. Let's listen in to Brock on the call right here, Brock and Tim, and see what's going on.
Possessions.
No, and you got Tank Terry who can,
get you a
couple
yards.
If you can't get us a couple yards, then
you do got Tank Terry.
Bulldogs on 1st and 10, all the 22-yard line.
No, you see Braylon Haney is in for the Bulldogs tonight, and here is Jaden.
The corner again. He'll pick up about 5. Nice tackle from behind out there by Ryan Ahern.
Yeah, he had to work.
Jaden absolutely carrying the mail tonight, Chandler. We knew he was going to probably have to do that for the Bulldogs to have a chance to win this game, but he's done it above and beyond what you maybe even expected. The Bulldogs have ridden him so far in this game. Looks like we might have a timeout of some nature on the field right there. So we check out the Sailors and Cougars a little bit, see what's going on.
Sailors are trying to rip the ball out of KRD's hands, and that's just not going to happen. Tackled by Austin Tiesma and Noah Funk. This time, Kellen Russell.
I don't know if there's going to be a stop in this game, by the way.
Not looking like it.
The one thing that we're learning.
That's the thing about how strong he is. They were trying to rip the ball, but they still couldn't even take him down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line. Connor Wolf under center. Gives it to Kellen Russell Dixon. Kellen going around the right-hand side. Positive yardage. Reading, picking up what he can get. And Kellen Russell Dixon looks like he might have picked up another first down, Joe.
Yeah, and the key to doing this that Todd knows is we've got a big offensive line. They got a big defensive line. But when you keep running 10, 15 yards, it's going to wear down that defensive line. And then all of a sudden, guess what? Kellen's gone for
South Christian into the red zone. We'll stick here right now. If something changes in one of the other matchups we're watching, we'll send it over there.
First and 10, Cougars are at the Sailors 20. And we're going to have a movement here, 5 yards on the tight end for Catholic Central. This is Catholic Central is rare. They do not get penalized a lot.
Getting set for a little bit of a penalty and getting things reset right there. Some of the other games, by the way, Newaygo Central Montcalm, we have not checked in on them tonight so far. They're in a commercial break, so we still haven't checked in on them tonight. We'll keep it moving along, and actually we'll move it right back to where we were because Catholic Central South Christian, I think, is our closest big game to potentially seeing some points put on the board.
Looks like Sailors are loading up the box. Now he's got Kellen Russell Dixon to his left. He's going to give it to Kellen Russell Dixon, going up the middle, getting positive yardage, driving forward. Tackle on the play by number 63. That's Connor View for the Sailors. Russell Dixon picks up positive yardage on the play, bring up probably 2nd and 7 now,
yeah.
Joe.
2nd and 7, 2nd and 8, maybe. Yep, 7. I mean, they're not stopping them. So
it's like Caledonia just punted away against East Kentwood.
Heavy dose of Kellen right now.
And, with the rain coming down, it's just could be the ability to throw the ball could be so difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Connor in the shotgun. KRD to his left. Takes the snap, hands it off to him again. Kellen Russell going up the middle. Gets Pazier still going forward. Now he's going to get stopped. Brought down on the play.
Granville's got a 3rd and 17 from their own 25 coming up, so it looks like the Bulldogs not going to be scoring right there as, again, East Kentwood's taking over deep inside their own territory, down 7-0 in that other OK Red matchup we've been talking a bit about.
It's going to put a damper on your ability to catch it, too, because that ball's wet.
Connor Wolf and company going back to work and back to the I form under center, which is where Grand Rapids Catholic Central has been pretty much all night long.
Marcus Nystrom is also in the backfield. And going to hand it to KRD. Kellen Russell Dixon goes up. He's driving hard. He's going to be, I think, just short, about a yard short, Joe.
I don't know.
So decision time right here for Coach Colster Chandler if they're maybe going to go to it, but it's been a pretty easy game plan, a little bit different game plan for these two teams, but same in different ways. It's been Viss running the ball a lot on one side with a deep throw down the field, and KRD, Kellen Russell Dixon, doing it on the other side. Looks like the Cougars are going to go for it right here and try to get it. Russell Dixon driving, spinning, and breaking. It looks like a 1st and goal coming up for GR Catholic Central.
I think Todd likes his odds with KRD having the ball in his hands because we have not seen the quarterback sneak, which is typical play for Catholic.
That was right for him for right that point in time.
Yep.
Hunderman on the tackle. So it's 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Connor under center again. He's going to fake it, and he's going to get thrown in the backfield. Jake Vermas coming back and tackling him. Nice play, Jake. He got up. Jake was talking a little bit. The official took a long.
It's like after Grandville tried to go for it on 4th down, Rockford took the ball, and the Rams have got it now inside the Grandville 25-yard line. Meanwhile, a score update as we got some things going on there in that game. You're going to see the score come up on screen in a minute. We're going to listen in here because this is a surprise.
We'll see what that's going to entail.
Which would be our first flag
yes,
in the night.
Jension, Hudsonville tied in the first quarter. Let's listen in for a minute.
Looks like they're going to mark it off against the Eagles here. Let's see what the call is.
Meanwhile, in the reflection at the top of our screen in the top right corner, you can maybe see that Rockford has just scored against Grandville. So let's take a look at how the Rams just put more points on the board right here.
There's a sweep to Poot in the backfield. He's looking for the corner. He gets a great block. Poot
It's
to the
Isaac
50 to
Poot,
the 10
great
to the
blocking,
5, Isaac
and
Poot
Rockford
makes it
by
in
2
from
scores.
24 out to put the Reds on top, 13-0.
Boy, you had some nice blocking out in the corner there.
All right, Chandler, so obviously, for good reason, been hyping this game up and expecting a lot out of it, but Rockford doing what they've done to teams all year long. We were just saying off air, it's amazing, though, the Grandville defense, for as, talked about as they've been and some struggles they've had in the midpoint of this season. Man, they had some answers, but Rockford eventually finds a way. They give the Rams a short field here. It was a big gamble from Coach Stiegel trying to keep pace on the scoring. Grandville's offense struggling. This Rockford defense, too. I mean, everyone talks about this offense, but this Rockford team is ready to go for a state championship, I think.
Yeah, they sure are. I think the defense looking better for the Bulldogs. Had some strong minutes there so far in the first half, but when you give your defense that short of a field to work with, it's going to be tough. Right around 40 yards, Rockford had to work with and able to score pretty quickly there.
So we're into the second quarter here in Catholic Central as the Cougars are trying to break it in. We will stick with this game for a little bit longer right here as we will see if Coach Colster's team is going to be able to find their way into the end zone.
We were just talking at the break. We've been pounding it down their throat, and we, took a loss right there, which is always tough to do inside the goal, 10-yard line.
Connor fakes to Kellen Russell, looking over the middle, throwing it, and it was attempted for Rafe Goosen, but it goes incomplete. Rafe not able
You
to
should
handle
have
it.
seen our reaction on that one right there as Catholic Central lives to fight another day.
7-yard field goal.
I don't think he will in this weather.
Looks like they're going to be poised to go for it. And it's actually 4th and goal from the 10. So you can't pick up a first down. It's got to go. You got to get into the end zone.
Big risk right here from Coach Colster, CT.
So Connor Wolf in the shot.
Wolf, Russell Dixon been so dominant in the backfield. We'll see what they can come up with on a 4th and 10 with the lead. And now a timeout again. This game has had a lot of that going on.
Like what he said or what he saw. Second quarter is brought to you by Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialists. Their physicians specialize in allergy treatments, helping you find relief and get back into the game. So, Joe, what do you do here? I mean, it's 4th and goal.
Meanwhile, East Kentwood down 7-0 is driving deep into Caledonia territory. We will take you there in a moment after this 4th and goal play. So we'll watch this 4th and goal play and then send things over to East Kentwood where the Falcons are trying to tie the Scots in that OK Red battle.
Ball very effectively, but it's a little different game when you're backed up here at 10. Your own 10 if the Cougars don't score. But I think he's got to throw it within the 2-yard line or in the end zone. You're going to try to spread out the receivers. I personally would try to stay away from Vermas and go to the other side of the field.
Jake Vermas is going to be on the near side here. Ball's going to be on the 10-yard line. Catholic Central only has 1 timeout left in the half. South Christian has 2 timeouts. So Connor in the shotgun. Kellen Russell Dixon to his right. Takes the snap, fakes to him, looking. Pressure, looking. Now he's going to throw it in the end zone. He's got some wide open, but just a little bit too high. And the ball
What
gets
an
turned over on
opportunity.
downs.
I mean, Wolf had a chance to make something happen, just unable to do so. So, from the 10-yard line, down 7-6, South Christian will take over. Let's go to East Kentwood, where the Falcons are driving on the Scots. Joey Sutherland on the call there.
But interesting to see if that was 3rd down and 6. Are they going to accept it and keep it 3rd down? Are they going to decline it and give the Falcons 4th and 6 or 3rd and 16? This will be interesting.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though.
They are declining it.
He took a shot.
And so the Falcons, I'm guessing, are going to go for it here with the weather the way it is. Straight up 5 minutes to go in the half.
You got to do it. You can't kick the field goal because of the weather. You certainly can't punt it. So let's just do it.
And a timeout's going to be taken first. We've got so many text messages are coming in during this game, and I can tell you why. Because there's only about 78 people on the Falcon side and maybe 72 on the Caledonia side that are not paid to be here. Everybody else is watching us on Michigan Sports Radio or Huddle, and we want to thank you for joining us because this is the absolute must-see matchup on Huddle for the nationally done this week. And boy, that kind of gives me goosebumps to think that there's people. We usually get family members that watch the game, and a lot of times we'll get military people. And right now, obviously.
So as we're waiting here, they're going to get back underway. Let's just quick take a buzz around what's going on elsewhere. East Grand Rapids, Byron Center. Haven't checked in on this in a little while. Let's see what's going on. It's 6-0 Byron Center in that contest.
Tungate with 107 yards on 13 carries, averaging 8.23 per carry.
And we're not even halfway through the second quarter.
It's definitely going to be a game. We talked about that on our way in. It's going to be a game for the running teams, the running game. Not going to be a ton of opportunities for the passing department with the wet pigskin, but you never know. Now Tungate has his offense on the field looking for a 2-point conversion. They'll look back to the sidelines and call a timeout as the play clock was winding down. Don't forget, there's plenty of games on Michigan Sports Radio tonight. Okay, red, okay, blue matchups. There's good football here in Week 8. If you do bounce around, it's just a click away. You can listen to Rockford broadcasts.
One score there from Grandville tonight, Dave. Rockford 14, Grandville nothing.
It's like East Kentwood failed to score. Caledonia now does have the ball deep in their own territory. So Caledonia back on the football.
I want to see the two teams that are ranked above them. Davidson and Bellevue. Davidson came over and beat Grandville, I think it was 55-7 in the second game of the year. So obviously a lot of talent on the east side, but I have a feeling Rockford will represent West Michigan well.
Michigan is rich with talent no matter where you go, and 52-21 was the final score in that one, Matt. Good job with the recall. Might not be spot on, but it's awfully close to accurate. As the rain picks up its pace, it is beginning to look a little bit more like last week. The 2-point conversion, unsuccessful. Good defense that time by the Pioneers. Alex Collins and crew able to stop Tungate on the...
So Byron Center unable to get the full points right there. What's going on in the crosstown battle, the border war between Hudsonville and Jension? It's 7-7 still in this game. Hudsonville may need a win for their playoff lives. Jension trying to ride the wave. Let's see what's going on.
Back. From the back, Judge. And he's indicating a hold against the Eagles. So that one's for Nat. It's going to be coming back.
72 Connor Householder was on the tackle for Jenison on that play. Got holding on one of the interior linemen for the Eagles.
Jaden Terry stumbling down inside the 15-yard line. Grandville threatening for their first points in the game in that game. We'll take a look in a minute.
Unfortunately for the Eagles, both have been against them. Ball will be marked, looks like around the 40, should be the 42-yard line. Referee with a towel over the ball, trying to keep it somewhat dry until the team...
We go to Rockford, Grandville, where the Bulldogs are threatening.
The Bulldogs. Well,
or not.
Calls a timeout,
Rockford calls a timeout.
That doesn't...
we haven't seen Chippewa Hills and Tri-County yet in that one. Let's take a look, or a listen, I should say, what's going on here. 14-0 Tri-County. They're looking to roll.
Breaks the huddle.
Just saw a score update. Chandler just showed me a game, CT, that is not on MSR Air tonight. 28-0 West Ottawa over Grand Haven. West Ottawa in very good potential playoff positioning. That's a bit of a surprise. That Grand Haven thing, for as good as they looked a couple weeks ago, falling apart. But West Ottawa, I don't think there's anyone that would want to see them right now.
Yeah, they seem to have turned things around pretty quickly in the middle of the season now. Impressive win against Hudsonville, and now dominating Grand Haven early on. Looks like they're going to finish the season pretty strong if they hold on.
All right, we take a look back to Grandville, where the Bulldogs are out of the Rockford timeout, and Grandville from the 15-yard line getting ready to go to work right here. A little bit of precipitation on the huddle cam there as the Bulldogs get ready to go to work.
Right up the middle, and this is going to go nowhere. They tried right at the gut.
Nowhere to go there for Carson Kopka. We can just about just call this ourselves, Chandler, at this point in time. We have an idea of what's going on with the Bulldogs, but this is a big one inside the red zone right here for Grandville. By the way, South Christian has taken it down to the 35-yard line, down 7-6 against Grand Rapids Catholic Central. So the Sailors are on the move, and the Bulldogs also on the move here. 2nd and 10 for the Dogs from the 14.
And there's Terry again. He gets it down to the 10. It'll be pickup of about 5.
Grinding run right there, Chandler, from Jaden Terry, as he is trying to push his team ahead. Grandville will have a big about 3rd and 5 right here. This is where a week ago, Braylon Haney was the man for the Bulldogs.
He sure was. The short yardage, the conversion situations where they needed just to plow ahead for a couple yards.
And it's Terry again, basically the same play. He's going to be short of the first down. He's going to bring up 4th down. And
they will obviously go for it right here. We'll wait to see exactly what's going on in that contest. A timeout is called on the field first. We'll kind of stick to this game and keep our eyes on some of the other games going on. I'm watching just off screen right here as well as South Christian is looking to drive. This hands it off on a read option that's absolutely shut down. But right now, the game's everything a little bit stymied, almost a little bit. I would kind of have to say we've got some scores in these games, and it's just a slog of a grinding night because of the weather.
I think the weather is the one consistent factor there. Cross, that works a little better. But, no, I think you're starting to see these teams have to run the football quite a bit. The scoring has been down for the most part. The Grandville game especially here, a chance to try to get on the board. But the South Christian Catholic Central game as well, a game that looked like a couple of opening possessions leading to some scores. Now the pace slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go back in here. The Bulldogs are breaking the huddle, and Grandville is going to have a 4th down and 2 right here. 4th and 2 coming up for the Bulldogs. I'm just going to call this because I want to call it, Chandler. Is that okay? 35 seconds to go in the second quarter. Grandville down 14-0, and I'll call it kind of radio style since we've lost, unless they go to the left side of the screen right here, and I'll call it kind of radio style then as the Bulldogs break it out. Braylon Haney to the right, Carson Kopko in the middle of the tee, and Jaden Terry to the left. Under center goes Cash Ruff out of the tee, turning to give to Terry, bursting over the 5-yard line, blowing his way down to the 3, and Terry will move the chains for the Bulldogs. I needed to do that tonight. I just had to do it. Yeah. I need to do it at least once. If we get to the end of this Grandville game, I'm probably just going to call it another timeout here from Coach Steele. With that timeout, we actually have to quick take one as well. We have not taken our second quarter break yet. So let's quick do that and come back as Grandville tries to bust it into the end zone.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
All right, welcome back quickly here. Grandville unable to get it in on first down with Terry. They're working quickly right here as they have to do so. 2nd down and 2. Ruff, give. Terry shut down shy of the end zone again. 10 seconds on the clock. And the Bulldogs now will use their final timeout on 3rd down. This reminds me of something, Chandler. Does it remind you of anything that we maybe saw a week ago?
It does look pretty familiar.
But the Bulldogs there. So other things going on, by the way. Catholic Central just got the football back late in the second quarter, up 7-6 over South Christian. As South Christian turned it over on downs in the Catholic Central territory. Also, East Kentwood just punted away. Only 7-0 in that game there. 7-7, Hudsonville and Jension. So all these games coming in the first half, really no big scores anywhere, except for West Ottawa, scoring 28 points on Grand Haven. Outside of that, no one putting up big points really anywhere across West Michigan. The Bulldogs breaking it out, and Grandville is getting ready to try to bust it in right here. 8 seconds on the clock. Again, Brock Conkle has the call there, but I want to try to call the Grandville touchdown if that happens, everyone. Right. Is that okay? I feel like I at least owe it to myself for that. Grandville breaks it out. Third and goal from the 1-yard line for the Dogs. Ruff, under center, turn, give fake to Terry, bootleg right. Ruff fires, end zone, looking, it's hauled in by Medeiros, or by Haney, touchdown Grandville. That's where I can't call it because I'm not there live. What a call. Braylon Haney on the grab and Grandville on the board. How big is that, Chandler?
Huge. After getting stopped on 1st and 2nd down, Jaden Terry a couple of shots at it, but the Rockford defense holding strong. Go to the play action pass on 3rd down, and that touchdown to keep themselves in a 1-possession game. Looks like 3 seconds to go in the first half. Still alive in that one after things were not looking good early for the Bulldogs.
I don't even think Mike was on the field. I called it, but I don't even think Mike was on the field. Looks like they made the extra point. Yes, they did. So they did make the extra point, and Grandville gets it down to 14-7 in that one. I don't know where else we should maybe look to next. Haven't heard much. Looks like Caledonia just scored 14-0. Caledonia the lead in that game. Not 100% sure what happened. We have not seen Comstock Park yet at this point in time. We'll take a look back on that game in just a minute. Let's take a live look here to Comstock Park. Not quite sure if the score is there based on that score bug, but Kingsley is looking to drive it right here as they've got it into plus territory, trying to drive in an interesting matchup right there. But like I said, let's take a look at East Kentwood and Caledonia, where the Scots were able to just put some points on the board a moment ago, and now are kicking it away. As we try to find the play, exactly where that may have happened, CT, and we have got it. So let's listen just a moment ago to the call of Cal. Oh, no, that's Cal going for 2. Let's back it up once again. They went deep down the field. Here's the play. It was a long-range play, a wild play for Caledonia. Let's listen to about the 30 seconds or so before, and then the touchdown scoring play for Caledonia to put them up 2 scores.
Oh, they're numbers, aren't they?
Well, my problem is the rain on the windows. That's what's messing.
Oh, is that what
my
it is?
eyes are fine. It's rain.
That's
Chase, you just do your job. Fumble!
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Now he's running around in the broken play, but he still has time. Got
This
a
is
man
the
wide
worst.
open, and he catches it. Oh, my goodness. He's still on his feet in a touchdown. Oh, my goodness, with 15 seconds to go.
Wow. Brody Betzer made that happen. It's a fumble, and he's running around. That's what the call is from Joey Sutherland, and somehow Betzer makes that happen. That's a little bit of a Mason McKenzie-esque run around and make something happen play. Wild right there. And that's a play Caledonia really needed, CT.
It is, yeah. Slow-moving first half for them offensively, but a big play, broken play there right before halftime extends their lead.
Football just doesn't make sense to me. Looks like we got a fumble, and I think South Christian's got the football here.
One of the officials was calling it
The play was called dead.
The official pointed.
This could be a moment right here.
And they're going to stop the clock, and they're going to talk about it.
I don't know how in a big, huge pile, just because a bunch of South Christian players run out and you've already blown the play dead, when could they determine when the ball came out?
So we know what Eric and Joe think about the play. We know that for sure. I'm curious what happened. It's South Christian football. Wow.
2:17 to go in the half.
So 7-6 remains the South Christian lead. As, by the way, Grandville Rockford is into the half in that game. But my goodness, things are getting a little bit crazy around West Michigan, as we kind of expected it would.
Yeah, sure are. Lots of big plays there, broken fumbles, turning into touchdowns, then a turnover. Catholic Central looked like they were going to be in the red zone, an opportunity to score before halftime.
Now, our halftime break, we had mentioned that we were going to do our jersey draft, but things are moving so quickly. I don't even quite know. We're like live time trying just to keep up with all of what's going on right here tonight as South Christian has got the offense out, clock ticking down in the second quarter. They're trying to take their first lead of this game.
Carson Viss operating the offense on the shotgun. Takes a snap, gives it to Hake. Jackson gets it.
Halftime score 7-7, Jenison and Hudsonville.
Brought down on the play by number 53 for the Cougars. That's Adam Whalen. Positive yard. Give them about 5 on the play. 2nd and 5. Sailors will get the ball the start of the second half. Sailors are really not in any hurry right now, Joe, to run any hurry-up offense. They're inside of 2 minutes.
No, I mean
13-0 Coopersville over Holland Christian, and that game also on MSR Air.
First of all, but they've stopped Catholic deep in their territory.
Hake with the ball, and he gets met and stopped by 28, Austin Baxter, as he gets his arms around and brings him down quickly.
I think that they're banking on if they can get a big play, then they'll move it. But they don't want to turn the ball down here again. But Catholic's been in their territory twice. Once they got a stop, once they got a turnover. So.
Well, if we stop them here, don't be surprised to see Coach Colster call a quick timeout.
Oh, yeah.
To get the ball back, maybe, and see what they can do with a minute to go. But we got to stop them here first. Viss drops back, looking, throwing over the far side. He gets it complete to Vermas.
Viss looking down the field. He found Vermas deep down the field.
You got to play some tighter coverage on him because he's pretty special out there.
Now you'll see him start to put the ball up a little bit, I think, here.
Okay, blue at the half. West Catholic 35-0 over Hamilton, CT&I's alma mater. Showing out.
I think the key now to this game, Joe, is going to be halftime adjustments and what's going to happen from the second half.
Yep.
This rolls. Now he's looking. Now he's thrown over the side. He gets it over here complete. It's going to be short of the first down. That was completed to Weiss.
49, 48.
Clock is ticking, and now Coach Brown's going to call it.
Danny Brown calls a timeout here. So that game coming to half. A lot of our games, Chandler, starting to find their way towards halftime. I wonder if EGR and Byron Center is to the half as of yet. Let's quick check in. It is. Okay. So we'll keep looking around, seeing what else we can find across Michigan Sports Radio this evening. East Kentwood and Caledonia. We check in with Joey and company. They're on a commercial break as well. Everyone's on a commercial break right now as we are getting a lot closer to halftime. Newaygo Central Montcalm. Let's see if they're playing right there. Looks like they are still going in this one as it looks like it's all Central Montcalm in that one.
Just try to go for 2 here and make up for it. As we're going into halftime and they're up by 25 points.
I think it's 20-something to nothing in that game. I'm not 100% sure what we're looking at right here, but Central Montcalm already up and running it out. Looks like they're having some audio issues maybe on our broadcast there as they're getting to the end of the half. Now they're back.
So extra point, no good. It's going to keep the score 25-0 in favor of the Hornets here.
25-0 the score in that game. Let's take a look here at Catholic Central versus South Christian as they come out of the timeout.
Clock is ticking, 25 seconds.
Here's Viss making something happen.
Room to run now. Now he's going to try to chuck it deep. Kellen Russell Dixon picks it off at the 35-yard line. Great defense by Kellen Russell Dixon.
So Catholic Central comes up with a pick, and that'll just about take us into the half to that one. I think most of our games, Chandler, now starting to find their way towards halftime. So with that, I think we also will now transition more to our Farmers Insurance halftime report section of the show. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back to reset some more things here on the Michigan Sports Radio, the Game Night Michigan Sports Radio Whip Around Show.
Hey, football fans, West Michigan plumbers, fitters, and service trades local Union 174 is taking applications for apprenticeship from October 16th through October 27th. UA Local 174 apprentices earn great wages, excellent benefits, and paid training. Serving West Michigan since 1891. Find more information at ua174.org. That's ua174.org.
This is a beautiful time of year, but for many, it is also the beginning of allergy season, which means lots of sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose, constant drainage, or ear pressure. These are all allergy symptoms we regularly treat. Don't let your allergy stop you from enjoying what you love to do outdoors. We have several ear, nose, throat, and allergy specialists ready to see you. Find us online at MichiganENTallergy.com. We look forward to helping you enjoy the outdoors again.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Located just 20 minutes from Grand Rapids and Kent City, the Falls at Barber Creek is one of Michigan's premier golfing destinations. The beautifully designed 18-hole public golf course welcomes golfers of all ages and skill levels. Its challenging track with dramatic elevation changes through breathtaking scenery, including a 40-foot waterfall, makes it a place you're definitely going to want to play. Check out the course with a drone flyover and reserve your tee times at thefallsatbc.com.
Name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas. The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINR.
MGN, please drive. I am Chandler 2.
Oh, wow.
We're going to leave this in.
All right.
This is staying in the show. He is Chandler Timmer. I am Nate Dreyer. This is what happens when you work together for 6 years. The names are one.
We're just one, yeah.
Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Michigan Game Night, Tailgate Report. We clearly have to stop talking. I do at least. I will see you all. I see you too. Friday night, Grandville, Wyoming. I think 6:30. We're on the air for that. Goodbye. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. And he has returned. He's still on the beach. We've been bugging him about it all week long, but Chandler Timmer joins me here on the Bates Agency pregame show. CT, you seem to be doing better than the rest of us.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty nice down here. I kind of like covering basketball this way.
I'm sure you do.
Looking to this moving forward.
I can't blame you one bit. All right.
Rather than just always relying on one player.
Yeah, Scott Bates Agency pregame show continues here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. CT, I think the next thing that you have to mention most notably in this contest is break me every time still. Every single time that happens, it gets me. The winners still go to the Heartland student section last year at the Breslin Center. Those guys win every time. Season. And we'll wrap up our broadcast with the Heinz Orthodontics smile of the game. Grown at that point guard position. Tough backcourt in general. Getting to some of those other pieces that we have out there. After 3 years, it finally almost came down on me. Good catch. I don't know what kid caught that, but that was a good catch. But regardless, a tough backcourt. Your flight's at 5 or your...
Yeah, the flight out of Panama City is like at 5, and we don't get home till like midnight, so...
That sucks. So you're actually... That was a lie. You're not going to be tuning in.
Yeah, no, if I'm at the airport at that time, I will be, but I'm likely missing most of it.
Okay.
All right.
right, welcome back. This is the Farmers Insurance halftime show. That's what we normally would call it. It is still a halftime show right here, and we are getting ready to go into, if you've ever watched our Tailgate Report podcast, every once in a while we'll do some snake draft segments where we've drafted the best helmets, the best stadiums in West Michigan. How about we Lifetime, Chandler? Draft the best uniforms. We're each going to do 5. So what we do normally, I guess I kind of forgot to bring it up, is we have to, we typically will roll or do a wheel. So spin a wheel. We're doing this live time, folks. This is well produced, but we'll spin, and then we'll do, it is not necessarily a snake draft per se. You'll kind of see the way that we do this right here. So, CT, Nate, I'm going to show you at least so that you know I'm not cheating.
It's not rigged.
So we're spinning, and then whoever gets to pick. Chandler exclusively has won these, so I actually won the... Oh, wait, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I won. So I'm going to take the second pick. So what we'll do is Chandler gets the first pick, and then I get second, third, fourth, and then we just go back and forth. After that, we'll each pick 5, and I'll try to pull some pictures up as we are talking about things as well, because we won't have the live graphics going on. I do actually have this live graphic, though. I haven't been running the graphics tonight because I'm a terrible producer. We do have more graphics. But you get to start, Chandler, with the number 1 pick of best uniform here on our halftime quick show in West Michigan.
Okay. So lots of good jerseys to choose from. We have a definitely different taste in uniforms.
Oh, yeah, well, that's the one. Yeah.
So going into this, I don't think our board is going to be too similar. So this is going to be really unique how this goes. But,
True.
You know what? I'm going to start off, and I'm going to go with one of my favorites, just personal. I'm not sure how well this is going to be by everyone else, but I'm going to take the Mona Shores home jerseys.
I knew you were going to take that. I actually already started writing it down. It's actually why I gave you one thing, is I do like it. And obviously, if you don't know, Mona Shores home football. Of course, I picked tonight to use a computer that's got kind of a sticky, not great working thing. There you go. I'm assuming you want the baby blues.
I want the baby blues,
yes,
of course.
You always want the baby blues. So that's what Chandler's going with. Okay, we know what? We're not going to show pictures tonight. That's not working. That's not working great. We are going to just keep it off that. So we're just going to do that. So Chandler goes with the Mona Shores home uniforms, as we've got some teams starting to find their way back on the field for warm-ups, by the way. So we may have to pick up the pace on this. I am going to go with my second pick, the Grandville Throwbacks. So I go Grandville Throwbacks. If you've seen them wear those, as they've got the gold mixed in as well. So I go with the Grandville Throwbacks for my my second pick on this. And I think I'm going to edit this together, by the way, later, everyone, where maybe we'll put the pictures up and we'll kind of have this make more sense. This was an idea we had that just is not working whatsoever live time. We have too much going on tonight. So he's got Mona Shores. I have Grandville Throwbacks. I'm going to go with the Rockford All Icy Whites. The white helmet, the white top, the white bottom. So the Rockford Whites, all whites.
Okay.
That's my next pick, and now you're back on the clock.
All right. I'm going to go with, we talked about this one, and I think we're going to allow it, but the Muskegon Grays.
Okay, the Muskegon Grays. I think we're going with, I think they're still modern. I don't know if they've worn them this year, but I think they have. So we'll go the Muskegon, the Steel Grays out of Muskegon. So now it comes down to if I want to pick one that I think you'll take or you might not take. I'm going to take one that I think is potentially a risk of you taking. It's one that I don't love how the helmet looks, but I love the rest of the uniform. We saw it last week. Caledonia, they're Steel Grays.
That's another good one.
So I've got Grandville Throwbacks, Rockford All Whites, Caledonia Grays. You've got Mona Shores Home and Muskegon Gray.
Okay. This is when I know the strategy you have on this, so I've got to take it now. I'm going to do it. Give me the Bulldogs home jersey, Grandville. I'm going to take it. That might be early, but we'll see.
Right, Chandler takes the Grandville home uniform, so cross that off your board if you had it like I did. So my last round pick, I know what I'm going to take. You know what? I'm going to take 2 back-to-back picks that you aren't going to take, but I don't care because I want on my team. Give me East Grand Rapids home. I love the clean look out of the Pioneers with the blue and yellow.
Okay. This is going to be tough now. Got a lot on my list here I'm trying to narrow down. There's 2 options for the same team, and I got to decide which one I want.
Okay.
Give me the Rockford orange jerseys.
Okay, I figured those would go too. So Rockford and Grandville, the 2 that have a couple uniforms taken. So Rockford's orange. So right now, through 4 rounds, I have the Grandville Throwbacks, the Rockford All Whites, the Caledonia Grays, the EGR home. Chandler has the Mona Shores home, the Muskegon Grays, the Grandville homes, and the Rockford Orange. So I think they wore those last week with the white helmet.
Yes.
So we have those on the board. Like I said, I'll probably edit this together as a segment on the Tailgate Report podcast with the graphics and stuff up, so make sure you potentially look at that, or I won't. Who knows what I might do. I never know what we have time for, what we think of. So final picks right here. You're watching it tonight. I know it may not be the most popular pick, but it's pretty much my favorite jersey at the next level as well with the team that wears it. You know what I'm picking here, don't you?
I think I do.
You don't know. What is it? It's the South Christian Roads.
Had to be.
Chandler knows how much I love those for Penn State as well. South Christian's road uniforms, all whites, clean.
Mm-hmm.
Final pick.
Okay. I think I've got to do it. I was on the fence about this one, but I'm going to go same game there, same jersey that you're seeing, or same game that you're watching, just the opposite team. I'm going the Catholic Central home jerseys, the blue
grays,
on black.
The blue, okay, the
blue on blacks.
Okay, so the ones they're wearing tonight, not the white on royal blue, the blue on black.
I like the blue on blacks.
All right. So, final, we'll wrap it up here on our halftime coverage presented by Farmers Insurance. I have the Grandville throwbacks in our draft, the Rockford All Whites, the Caledonia Grays, the East Grand Rapids Homes, and the South Christian Aways. Chandler has the Mona Shores Home Baby Blues, the Muskegon Alternate Steel Grays, the Grandville Home uniforms, Rockford's orange uniform with the white helmet, and then the Grand Rapids Catholic Central, I think it's the alternate home, the grays that they're wearing tonight with the blue numbers. So that is our draft tonight. We'll probably put it up to a poll or do something like we normally do. But if you like segments like that, this mostly is a pitch for the Tailgate Report. Make sure you're on our YouTube page each and every week on Tuesday. We come out with our podcast. It's where like those interviews you saw earlier in the night from Grandville players and so forth come from. By the way, Chandler, we have action getting ready to go. We have blown right through this entire report. We missed the ad we were supposed to play, but I don't care because we'll catch up with it in just a minute. We're getting ready to get rocking and rolling from Grandville Rockford in that contest. So as we go to the second half in that game, I want to remind you that the third quarter on Michigan Sports Radio is brought to you by Michigan Hearing Experts. Their doctors of audiology use real ear measurements to optimize your hearing aid performance so you don't miss a play. We're about to miss half of this play. Looks like we've got quite a bit of precipitation. I mean, you can see it on the bottom of the screen as well. Some of what is going on right there as Grandville Rockford kickoff in this contest. Let's tune into Brock and hear what's going on.
Across the 30, makes a guy miss. The Kuiper's still on his feet, dancing around, and he gets it out to the 33-yard line, where it's going to bring up a first down and 10.
All right, that's going to be a little tough to see for the rest of the night. Hopefully the huddle camp can get cleaned off. I do know the Grandville students will have their YouTube going. I may have to fire that up at some point in time because we can maybe check into that as well to see what exactly is going on in that contest. I'll bring that up in just a little bit. I don't know what other games, if any, are starting to go. Looks like Caledonia and East Carolina not going yet. Actually, we're going to take this opportunity to get one quick ad break in before we go to the second half. So we missed our halftime warm-up ad break that we're supposed to take. We're a little bit off schedule tonight. I don't really know what's going on. He doesn't really know what's going on. No one knows what's going on. But Rockford has the ball as our first game to the second half is Grandville Rockford.
There's something for everyone on Pizza Ranch's legendary buffet. Our pizza buffet features hot, cheesy goodness, slice after slice after slice. Try our signature pizzas or request your favorite combination with our Buffet Your Way option, and you'll get the first piece. With endless possibilities, you're sure to find your ranch favorites. Everyone will agree that cactus bread is the perfect dessert to end your meal. For legendary food that everyone loves, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
Don't just find yourself, make yourself. Start businesses, build bridges, save lives, raise a whole city. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Hey, football fans, West Michigan Plumbers, Fitters, and Service Trades Local Union 174 is taking applications for apprenticeship from October 16th through October 27th. UA Local 174 apprentices earn great wages, excellent benefits, and paid training. Serving West Michigan since 1891. Find more information at ua174.org. That's ua174.org.
All right, welcome back. Rockford has scored. It is 21-7 Rams. Let's listen to Brock as the Bulldogs are getting ready to take back over. Now down 2 scores again. Looks like Caledonia, East Kentwood's second half has started as well. So we'll take a look at that one in a minute as well.
Well, you never want to give.
That's good field position for
that's good.
Yeah.
Field position for them. Rams up 21-7. They go over the left-hand side. Nice hole opened up there as Braylon Haney picks up about 6.
Braylon Haney was the go-to guy all last week for the Bulldogs, and I think this second half, Grandville's in a unique position, Chandler, where they're down 2 scores, so they maybe can't quite grind the way up the field the way that they kind of want to grind up the field and use a guy like Haney to do that. They're kind of in a no-man's land a little bit because they need points, but they can't over-push their offense like they did against Davison when they got down multiple scores.
Yeah, it's a tough spot. I mean, Rockford just plays defense against them so well. They've got the game plan, and so you don't really want to force things too much. You've seen Cash Ruff a couple times on the play-action pass. He's been getting hit all night long, and put yourselves into some situations for some sacks and some throws down the field that can be dangerous. So you need 2 scores. You're going to need to keep up the pace offensively, but you really don't want to get too far out of what you're comfortable with in your offense.
All right, Cash Ruff in from the sideline. Grandville has got a first down right here. They're able to move the chains. The Bulldogs on the march. Let's listen to Brock.
Go reception. Left side. This time it'll go to Haney for about 2.
They're definitely making him the workhorse right now.
Yeah, they are. Well, Tank got hit right out of bounds, and he was limping pretty good, but he went back in.
He made some nice runs after that, too, though. I mean, he may have a sore ankle, but he's toughing it out.
Sore right now. Brings up a 2nd down and 7. This is Bulldog football. Taking their time, getting 3 or 4 yards a chunk. I think the ball might have hit the turf.
It did.
It popped right back up. You know, I was going to say this earlier. There has not been any turnovers at all.
With the weather we have, you'd think that would be not the case.
Absolutely. So that brings up a 3rd down and 7. Rewinding back to the first half, the Bulldogs back at their 12-yard, well, probably about the 16, 17-yard line.
Let's take a look at what else is going on right now as we got some games come back. Let's see if Catholic Central, they were a little bit later to halftime. I would assume that game is not back right now. They are not. Other games, East Kentwood, Caledonia, I know they were back underway. Let's take a look what's going on right here. Looks like we have got a punt or something down the field right here. This punt.
Down at the 31, so not quite a flipping of the field. That's actually exactly a 30-yard punt with no return.
Interesting, Chandler, this game, because this just shows like football, high school football doesn't make any sense. We've known that forever. But like you look at like the math on some of these games and like, you know, Caledonia beats up on Hudsonville 30-0. Mm-hmm. Hudsonville was within 4 points or whatever against Grandville. Now Grandville beat up on East Kentwood pretty good. You know, kind of, I guess, a little bit higher scoring contest. Now you see this game, East Kentwood's defense shutting down a fairly explosive Caledonia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing that the transitive property of sports makes less sense in than high school football.
Yeah, that's for sure. You get kind of carried away with looking at that, and then the exact thing you can think is going to happen doesn't, and before you know it, outside of a broken play touchdown right before half, East Kentwood's only allowed one drive deep down the field.
I mean, yeah, that's where that one score came from as well. This is Joppy throwing out wide, and he's able to find his twisting and turning man in the flat on the grab right there. That was hauled in and settled down, and now they'll get ready to keep things going. Meanwhile, Grandville continuing to march a little bit. They've got inside the 40. They're grinding down 2 scores right now. But we were just saying off air, Chandler, about this Grandville contest, as we'll bring that one up as the Bulldogs are in plus territory and moving a little bit right here. If you told, I think, the Bulldogs faithful that the game script was going this way and more of a kind of classic grinded-out type Grandville-Rockford game, now the weather, of course, plays a big factor in that, I think most Grandville fans would be pretty happy with the game script, at least in this one. Maybe the scoring not yet, but the game script has been what Grandville needs. As I see Emery Moody, by the way, before I let you go, I see Emery Moody, one of the backup backs right now in the field for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they've been able to play a little bit of ball control. It hasn't resulted in a ton of offense, just the one touchdown there right at the end of the second quarter, but been able to hold on the football a little bit, keep their defense on the sideline as much as possible. Try to keep the Rockford offense on the sideline as well, and a quick touchdown for Rockford in the third quarter, just under a minute for them to score there, which was the worst possession of the night for the Bulldog defense, but for the most part, been able to hold on to the football on offense, get some drives down the field.
Grandville is super, super banged up right now. If you don't know about the Bulldog story, I mean, everyone, of course, is injured by this time of the year, but key injuries for Grandville. In particular, Reed Graverson, their junior middle linebacker. This Grandville team plays 2 sophomores and a junior at linebacker. Their second-year junior Graverson is out for an extended period of time, it looks like at this point. And then also one of Grandville's starting running backs and kind of their leading receiving back and one of their grinding backs, Easton Sadinsky, who's been on the right side of the line. You see Braylon Haney, who's taking the ball right now. And Haney's been very good, but at the end of the day, as Grandville moves the chains right here, they do move the chains. A banged-up Grandville team. They even suffered some injuries in-game last week. You heard the guys on the call as well talking a few minutes ago that maybe Grandville also dealing with a couple of injuries from Jaden Terry and stuff in this game as well. Rockford changing out their defensive unit. Granville working quickly.
Pull it out and try a pass right there, actually, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended out here.
I'll tell you what, he was wide open.
They try to find Haney again, like was just said. He was open. Haney has kind of had to take that Stadinsky pass reception role for the Bulldogs and has looked pretty good in trying to do it with the TD grab earlier. Just unable to haul that one in right there. Rainy, tough night for a team that doesn't throw the ball very much and kind of puts their quarterback in some rushed positions to throw the ball sometimes. Tough night to try to do that.
Yeah, it sure is. Even a simpler throw, not that far down the field, it's just a little bit's going to cause your accuracy to be off, and they're a missed opportunity to try to get one down the field.
Jaden dragging on ahead, shy of the 25-yard line. I think that's Coach Stiegel out on the field, fired up right now, so he'll come over for a word with Cash Ruff, trying to get Ruff dried off a little bit as well. It's another wet night in West Michigan. I'm very glad, we didn't even have to go outside at all tonight. Like, normally, we at least have to, set up the banner, and we have to, bring the gear up to the top of the stands at Grandville that's 40 stories up in the air and all, whatever. Like, we didn't have to do that tonight. We're just in the studio. We're chilling. We're good. Here is Jaden Terry for the Bulldogs, busting ahead, and Jaden's got the first down. So the Tank able to move things on ahead. That's a big debate, by the way. Do you call him Jaden? Do you call him Tank? Everyone but us calls him Tank, but we're the hometown guys. I guess we have to be right?
I think so.
That's how it has to work. So Cash Ruff back in. This right now, again, all these games just starting to come back from the half right now. Looks like Catholic Central South Christian just about to kick off, but we're going to stay right here because I think this is the most interesting game. Grandville driving. Here's Brock Conkle.
Side this time, it's Haney. He scoots up, picks up about 5.
I think the ball was on the floor.
So the ball is going to be spotted now at the 12-yard line.
All right, Bulldogs will break it out once again right here. And the Dogs go to work. 2nd and 6 from the 12. I'm just going to call it again. Under center goes Cashruff. He'll turn. He'll give it to Jaden Terry. Up the right side, cutting over the 10, inside the 5. And Terry is able to move the chains, it looks like, again for the Bulldogs. A big run there from Jaden Terry, CT.
Yeah,
we're just doing our thing, by the way, right here.
We're just going into full broadcast mode, but the Bulldogs continue to move the football down. Jaden Terry picking up some chunk yardage there, able to get just outside the 5-yard line, and a chance to get this back down to 1 score.
Dogs break it out one more time. 2 tight end T. It's Medeois to the left of the line. Gibson Conway to the right at the tight end positions. This is Braylon Haney charging inside the 3 and diving down into the middle of this very, very stout and deep defensive unit. Of course, Ryan Ahern, the only player of 106 that played both ways for the Rams this season. Back in from the sideline again is the Bulldog leader, Cashruff, the senior who joined us this week on our Tailgate Report podcast. He'll break him out. 2 tight end T. Jaden Terry left. Carson Kopko in the middle. And to the right side of the T is Braylon Haney. This is the sophomore Haney diving for the end zone. He's going to be just short. It's going to be 3rd and goal from either the 1 or 2 yard line right here based on the mark. Looks like Rockford maybe even was saying that ball would come free off the ball. It did not. And it will be Grandville getting ready to go for it on a 3rd down and goal right here from, looks like it's going to be spotted about the 1.5, 2 yard line.
I've seen quite a few times now the Bulldogs offense right here at 1, 2 yard line. The Rams defense holding up a couple times, stopping them. Of course, the Bulldogs on their touchdown able to get in, but it's been quite the battle near the goal line.
All right, Bulldogs. From the 2 yard line, a give to Jaden Terry, making a man miss. There he goes. Touchdown. Tank stumbling into the end zone. Jaden Terry is in, and Grandville is within a score.
There you see the differences between the two offenses. The Rams in the 3rd quarter took under a minute to score their touchdown. The Bulldogs, 7, almost 8 minutes to drive down the field, but results in a touchdown both ways.
Let's take a vote of the audience. Are we just going to call this game the rest of the way? Who knows what we might do? But we actually know how to call this team, at least when the Bulldogs have the ball a little bit. Looks like the extra point is blocked. So the extra point, no good from Jake Karanen, 21-13 in Grandville, who likes to go for 2 anyway. Is going to have to go for 2 if they're going to tie up the game. Last week's game turned into a wild game of the scores not making sense, so I guess maybe might be going in that direction once again. What else is going on across the area as the Bulldogs and the Rams have each scored? Let's take a look at the Holy War, South Christian and Grand Rapids Catholic Central. This going deep on this one.
Ross, and no good defense by Kellen Russell Dixon, running stride for stride with Jake Vermas.
I like that matchup for Catholic because the physicality of Kellen Russell Dixon. I don't like when we get Vermas matched up with somebody else. I just like the athleticism and the physicality of Kellen Russell Dixon in that matchup.
3rd, and we'll call it 13.
It's a good point, but I'm not sure there's many matchups that I would like my team against Jake Vermas in. All right, we'll take it back on to the guys right here and watch as South Christian is looking to try to drive and take the lead.
You got to watch where Jake Vermas is. He's in the slot over to the right. Carson is in the shotgun. Jackson Hake is next to him. He's going to drop back and pass, getting pressured. Now he's going to be chased. Still chased. He's going to throw the run across the middle and almost picked off.
Big play right there. Caledonia just turned the ball over on downs, it looks like, in the East County territory. So 14-0 Caledonia, and the Falcons taking back over in that contest. Let's stay with Eric and the GRCC crew right here.
Flush. Now he's on the run. Carson's on the run. He's going to try to go for the 1st down. He's got to be over the line of scrimmage. He throws it. It's incomplete.
He was over the line of scrimmage. They finally just threw the flag.
Threw the flag, yes. So it's going to be an illegal forward pass, but it'll be either declining or taking the loss of down.
All right, so Catholic Central going to take the football back. Hudsonville Jenison, that's been a kind of interesting game. Let's see if they're back with the second half.
Under a minute here in the third quarter.
Very much back.
Very few pass plays tonight to stop that clock.
Jenison breaks the huddle here. There's 6 seconds left on the play clock, so Zeeland takes the snap, fakes the handoff to the running back, does the pitch back here to Harbaugh, and Braden takes the ball down to the 33-yard line of Hudson.
Sorry to break into that, but it looks like we've got a third down coming up for the Rams.
So slippery. If you got any wobble or anything,
or not, they got it.
You know, if
the original mark it looked like it was going to be 3rd and 1, but it looks like the Rams do move the chains. We'll keep an eye still on this game right here as Rockford up a score is driving, trying to make it 2 scores again.
In the third quarter, Ahern right up the middle. Ryan Ahern pulls his way forward for about 8.
Boy, he was hit right at the line of scrimmage by 2 Grandvilles and kind of split him and run right up through there.
So it'll bring up 2nd down and 1. The Bulldogs do have a play clock, which is good to see. You know exactly how much time you got here.
Absolutely.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter as Irwin scoots it outside. He cuts it in. Irwin across the 35. He cuts it back. Irwin at the 30. And he gets brought down at the 12-yard line. Drake Irwin on a nice run there.
You know, he's such a tall drink of water. He doesn't look real graceful, but he is making a lot of ground up there.
Drake Irwin, Chandler, as athletic. We talk a lot about Drake Irwin, his ability with his arms so much with this offense. Man, he's doing it all with his legs tonight. Been the most dangerous Rockford runner probably.
Yeah, I think so. With the conditions, they've been going to the quarterback run game a little bit more than maybe they have throughout the season. It's been effective, picking up multiple first downs and pretty good yardage once again there.
All right, looks like we have a timeout on the field right there as the Bulldogs are trying to get something set. Let's take a look at what's going on at the Cat.
Final yard to Kellen to the 40. He's to the 35 to the 30. 25-20. 15-10. 5. Touchdown. Kellen Russell Dixon.
How's that for timing, folks? Touchdown Catholic Central as we move it over. Russell Dixon goes long range, 59-yard CT. That's a big score. A game that we said at the start, it feels like they're just going to go back and forth scoring all night, turn into a defensive affair. That feels like a really big score for game script-wise for Catholic Central.
Yeah, it was. I think both teams scoring on their first possession and then the defense taking over. Not a whole lot going back and forth, some turnover on downs and turning the football over both ways. But then a big touchdown there opens the scoring back up for Catholic Central.
All right, so they'll look to add the extra point right here. Let's check back in if they're able to do so.
This kick.
59-yard TD run by Kellen Russell Dixon after a defensive stop by the Cougars. They stopped them on 4 downs in their own territory. Connor Nielsen in for the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
Extra point is good. With that, we have to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here as we are working our way through this third quarter into the fourth quarter. Rockford and Grandville, by the way, into the fourth quarter. All right, welcome back, and it looks like Rockford
that's the second time tonight
has
he's
scored
on that
again.
Quarterback keep. He's scored
again as
on.
Irwin getting in the end zone, so the Rams able to quickly
That'll put the Rams
score.
up 27-13.
Let's take a look because I saw Caledonia also was driving against East Kentwood. They've got a 2-score lead.
With a 14-zip that I want my quarterback taking that kind of hit.
Yeah.
And he got Malachi crunch on that one. Betzer is really slow getting up. Bowman put the hit on him, and this one's going to call for the trainers out here. Boy, you would hate to see him get hurt on a play like
Brody
that.
Betzer getting up after he got Malachi crunched. And he
break number 8 will be back
will bring out a timeout. That could be a big loss. I hate to be laughing through it, but no one can call a game like Joey Sutherland, I have to say. But that could be big for Betzer. Of course, it was between Betzer and Heron for the quarterback battle before the season. That could be really big as he takes that big hit right there. And with that as well, and with some other breaks, with some other breaks going on, we actually have to take another quick break because we missed one a little bit earlier. We're trying to keep up with some of the game scripts right here. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. We're starting to get into the fourth quarter across West Michigan.
Have you recently collided with a deer or been caught in an unfortunate accident? Don't worry. Car Center Collision and Glass is your trusted partner to bring your vehicle back to life. With convenient branches in Cedar Springs, Burton Heights, Alpine, and Big Rapids, we're right around the corner to provide expert assistance. From collision repairs to mechanical fixes, we're your one-stop solution for all your car needs. Check us out at carcentermi.com.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Welcome back to the Whip Around. Nate and Chandler right here. We're going to the fourth quarter across there. 30-6. Freeland up big over John Glenn. Wanted to check in on that one. I had a chance to join Lou Gamlin, our broadcaster. You can hear
So
for Freeland earlier on his show on Monday night and preview. So I want to check in. This is not a game necessarily right now that there's a lot of attention on because Freeland is taking care of business as they were expected to, but it is 30-0 in that one. Meanwhile, Grandville with a run to the outside from Jaden Terry. The Bulldogs maybe a little bit on the move right here as well. They're still on their own side of the field. Let's just check in on some of the games we haven't heard from a lot of, including this contest, the EGR Byron Center game, still 6-0 in the third quarter.
Even fourth and manageable is just that for this BC offense. Second down, handoff right up the middle, and a big hit again. Be surprised if that's not number 11 at the bottom of that pile.
Look who walks away, Mr. Hookstrom.
Mo Mayer in on the stop as well. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. They're going to give Laska a yard on that, and that's a momentum yard. He had a lot of momentum until he hit that wall. 3rd and 6 play. They'll go around wide left side. Got a block on the edge up over the 35. The line to gain was the 37.
They're going to be short, I think, Dave. But are they...
Ottawa's the ball carrier.
Are they in 4th down and go for it or 4th down and punt at this? This is a one-play game. East Grand Rapids needs one play to score and execute the...
Let's take a look because it looks like they're back underway at Caledonia and East Kentwood, and now we have a break as they're going to the fourth quarter. So never mind. Right on time. We've done this so well. So that game going to the fourth quarter. What's going on in Catholic Central? Let's take a look, shall we?
From you, my friend. Carson Viss. Still in the shotgun. Hake is to his left. Dropping back, looking past, looking. Getting some pressure. Now he's going to look over the middle, and he's got it. Had it, but the ball goes incomplete. It's intended for James Vander.
Oh, you're going to get a late flag on a hit, I believe, on Viss.
Going to be a personal foul, roughing the passer. Going to be called against Catholic Central. That is a huge penalty, Joe.
And I didn't have my eyes down there. I was watching the receiver, so I don't know what happened on that play.
So it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and it'll be a first down for the Sailors.
It's a big penalty right there against the Cougars.
Yeah, it's going to definitely put them in 4-down territory. I mean, they just went for it on 4th down. Yeah, I didn't see the hit on this. I was following the play up there, and so we'll play on. It's at the 22-yard line of the Cougars, 1st and 10, inside of 5 minutes to go in the third. And here's Hake with it, and he's going to get stuffed. Austin Baxter meeting him and taking him down. Nice job by Austin Baxter reading that the right way. Brings up 2nd down.
Granville just turned the ball over on downs around midfield in that game, so Granville down 27-13 with 9 minutes to go. Give the ball back to Rockford. It looks like the Rams are going to stay unbeaten on the season and also pick up another OK Red championship unless there's some chaos.
4:25 to go in the third. Carson Viss in his clapping cadence. Drops back, looking. Almost looked like a hold right there. Did not get called, and wide open, but missed him. But boy, we don't like to talk about the officials, but man, that was a hold right there, Joe.
Well, it's I don't know how it could not be more obvious, but that's it. Incompletion. We move on. It's 3rd and a long 12. So, this big key play because
You think there was a hold there?
There might have been.
a tough task.
This in the shotgun. Hake to his left. Takes a snap. Now it looks like he's going to run that option. He's going to run it himself. And he's going to get positive yardage. Well, he's going to be just short of the first down. Carson Viss comes up lipping a little bit. Cat tackling on the play was number 15, Colin Lott, and 6, Braden Sweeney. It's going to bring up 4th and 1.
Very quickly. So there's 4th and 1 there. Gosh, there's a lot going on right here. We got 4th and 1 there, all while Rockford is looking to try to convert on 3rd and 10 from the 50. So we got 2 games to be at right now, Chandler. If you can keep an eye on the Catholic Central game, too, in case something happens right there big time, is Carson Viss from the gun will hand off to Hake on a fake handoff, read option, keeper to the right. Viss running with it to the 15-yard line, got spread out. And did he pick up the first down? Go ahead.
Yeah, it looks like he picked up the first down, down to the 1-yard line. Goal to go.
They got to the first. Meanwhile, Rockford at the same time right here. So South Christian going quickly. Let's go back to that game because that game is where we need our attention right now. We can figure out what happens in the Granville-Rockford game in just a second. Maybe we actually have a timeout. They were trying to go quickly.
2nd and goal from the 1. Trips to the right.
Rams about to go for it as well. I'll keep you updated what's going on in the Rockford-Granville game while we're watching this.
He's going to take it himself.
Rams looking to throw deep.
He's going to get knocked in the backfield. Great play.
And it looks like Rockford's able to complete it on a 35-yard pass down the field. So while this is going on right here that we'll keep an eye on is Catholic Central is trying to keep South Christian out of the end zone with a couple good plays. Rockford on 3rd and 10 go deep down the field. They have it inside the 30. So the Rams already up 2 scores are ready to put it on ice right now. And right now this is the closest game Rockford's played all year. So that has to still say something about the Bulldogs.
In the third. 3rd and goal from the 8. This in the shotgun, trips to the right. Hake flank to Carson's left.
Caledonia about to go for a field goal in that game, already up 14-0.
Comes for Moss. And Carson's going to take it himself. He's got an opening, and he's going to dive the fumble. The ball's fumbled, and we'll see who comes away with it.
Waiting for the signal here. You can watch our reaction to it.
Catholic Central got the football.
Wow, this is a moment.
One official's calling him down on the far side is what I see on my binoculars.
By the way, Caledonia blocked on good on the field goal, so it remains 14-0.
Down, looks like.
And they're going to say he was down.
Someone in the press box is not happy with the call right into the broadcast mics.
We've never had that, right, coaches? Or anything cheering in the background of.
Chandler, you're going to get me in trouble again.
Goal from the 1-yard line.
Well, that's a couple tough calls that went against us. The roughing the passer, which
see if the Cougars can stand up and make a defensive play here. I think you got to sell out, Joe.
Oh yeah, I mean it's all or nothing here.
Viss in the shotgun. Hake to his right. He's getting the cadence. Takes a snap. He's going to take it himself. It's coming around the right-hand side, and he is going to go into the end zone.
Carson Viss, what a play.
Touchdown.
And this is a big 2-point conversion. Will stay
No flags on the play. With press box
with
wanted
it.
Holding up here.
Press box wanted to Eric is just keeping it going. It's a very loud press box in Catholic Central. And Viss is into the end zone.
You can add that to the long list of calls that they've been looking for here on this drive.
This is fun. I like just sitting back and being able to comment. At some point in time, we're going to turn into, everyone knows the Muppets. I feel like the two old guys up in the balcony, and I feel like I should just leave it on this camera, and then this is us watching and listening and then commenting. Because if you got the full Nate and Chandler commentary, we'd be kicked off the air rather quickly sometimes. All right, this is big play, though, coming up. They're going to go for 2, try to tie the game.
Going for 2. Carson Viss takes the snap, looking back, looking, throwing down to the deep side, way in the corner, and it is up, and it is out of bounds. No good. Too far. Ball was caught by Jake Vermas, but he was out of bounds.
Heck of a grab there by Vermas, CT, but unable to bring it down in bounds, so the math on that game now getting quite interesting. Where do you think we should go next? We checked in Coopersville, Holland Christian. Wow, let's just take a look what's going on. A game that Holland Christian, I think, really felt that they needed for their playoff positioning, as they might need 2 wins. Try again. They got Unity Christian next week. That might be a game that MGN's at, by the way. We have not decided whether we'll be at the Grandville Jension game, which will be, I don't want to say pointless, but I actually don't think it's going to mean anything to any playoff standings or anything at this point in time. If we'll either be there or maybe another game, this could be an interesting one because it's Unity Christian, Holland Christian from Jenison next week, and it might be winner takes all to get into the playoffs. I don't know if you've seen the Unity Christian score.
I have not. I can look for that.
Yeah, but let's listen to what's going on here.
They're calling, they're saying Lamux, and it's supposed to be Lemieux, and they keep calling, and so, but we can't get there. We're in a wall, and we're in our own little room away from all those guys, so we'd have to go outside. So we can't get there. Maroons come into a shotgun formation. Boyce all by himself. Twins near side, trip side. And he's going to get up and throw the ball. Looking, and he's going to run. Oh, and
Rockford turned the ball over on down, so Grandville down a couple of scores, has got the football back. Maybe worth taking a look at. We'll do it.
3rd down and 7.
And right away we go over, and Grandville's got a 3rd down and medium.
It's going to be Terry right-hand side, and he's still going over there. He'll pick up a couple.
Hard-nosed run from Jaden brings up 4th down.
Bounds, so that keeps that clock running. Oh, they got her shut down. Grandville ain't called a timeout, Brock.
So the Dogs call a timeout right there. We'll get a chance to look around here, see what some of the other scores and some of the other things going on. East Grand Rapids, Byron Center continue to have an interesting one. What exactly is going on in this contest, I wonder? It looks like it still is 6-0. Here's Dave Van Ord on the call.
Continues to blow. It's now at Byron Center's back here in this 4th quarter.
14-14 to Hudsonville and Jenison. We'll take a look at that one in a bit as well.
Has been sputtering enough. They do not have the wind at their back to try to scoot down the field in an even quicker fashion should they need it. Back to pass over to the right flat. Pass falls incomplete. Landon Tungate fires it towards the far sideline. That was intended for Otto. It one-hops Otto, but incomplete as a result.
Otto made a nice gesture to the referee as if he caught it. Skipped about 3 yards in front of him, but he wanted to catch that side judge, make sure he was paying attention to the game.
Opportunistic.
Yes.
That would have been a tough sell. Had he sold that one, he'd have had a career. Here's 4th down. 4th and about 7 for Byron Center. Tungate rolls to his right, back to pass, fires it downfield, and the pass is caught. Good for a 1st down. Nice catch that time.
Looks like Grandville, by the way, they've got Josh Crater, their sophomore, and he just picked up a big gain, so Grandville got a 1st down. They're to midfield. We'll look at that one here in just a minute.
Dave, other than the touchdown, that's the biggest play of the game so far.
Ball spotted now at the 12-yard line. That's a big play in several reasons, Matt. One, the momentum. Two, the opportunity on a 4th down conversion. They got to keep the possession. Clock continues to tick. It's now at 7:40 left here in the 4th.
So things driving and grinding down there. We're going to take a look back here to the OK Red Championship game.
A few like that.
Play action. They got a receiver open, and it's dropped in and out of the intended receiver's hands.
Looks like Gibby Connolly unable to haul that one in, and the Bulldogs now will have a 3rd and 10 coming up right here, CT. This 2:45 to go. I mean, obviously it already is an uphill battle, but this is the the OK Red Championship on the line right here.
Yeah, it sure is. I think need a score here pretty quickly as well. Do have a couple timeouts. Saw some magic happen last week with an onside kick late in the game.
All right, here we go.
Play action again. Under pressure. Passes on the way, and it's picked off by Ahern. Ryan Ahern picks it off, and that's...
And Ryan Ahern, the 3rd-year senior, we've been seeing him make big plays for, like I said, 3 years now plus. I mean, we know what he means on both sides. He's the only Ram player of 106 to play on both sides of the ball. He gets the clinching interception. OK Red champions, assuming that they win next week, they'll be outright Rockford. I mean, this team's good. If you're looking for a West Side team that have a chance to win the state championship and maybe even have a chance to win the D1 state championship for the first time since they did it in 2008, this Rockford team might be rolling towards it. They're going to win the OK Red, though. Yeah, the Bulldogs gave it the best shot, but the Rams just such a quality team all the way around. Both sides of the ball, the defense played really well tonight. Really, for the most part, shutting the Bulldogs' offense down, the offense as well. I think on a night where the conditions probably weren't up to what they're best suited to do and throw the football around. They were still able to do so a little bit, but the offense kept in check a little bit more, but still able to win this one by a couple scores, it's looking like. Hudsonville has taken lead over Jension. Let's listen in.
The Belly Series drive, because everything was definitely between the tackles except for one quarterback keeper off one of the ends.
Absolutely. That was a nice drive. So take a quick break here. We'll be back for the kickoff. See if the
14-6 Mona Shores just saw a score from Zeeland West to try to get within one. They were no good on the 2-point conversion, so it looks like Mona Shore is going to beat Zeeland West in that one.
And the people you love, so it's the best part.
We'll break away from this, and we'll take a look as that game goes to commercial. What else might be going on right now? East Kentwood and Caledonia have been battling all night long. Let's see what's going on at Kentwood. Still 14-0 Scots. Here's Joey Sutherland.
They're just going to keep milking the clock. They don't need to score again.
No, they don't.
They're forcing the Falcons, who have been shut out for 2 weeks now. Remember that, folks. EK was shut out last week versus Rockford, so it's been
34-0 Coopersville over Holland Christian. So if the Maroons needed a win in that one, they are certainly not going to be able to get as this Coopersville team continues to roll on, as they will get to 6-2 on the season.
That side,
Keep the ball.
He's running straight up the middle, and he's close, and he
he's
got
got
the
it.
first. Yep, he gets over the 40 to the 41. Again, nothing fancy about that, Doc. It was snapped directly to the quarterback. He followed the running back almost like a fullback.
Exactly.
And the line went that way, and it was a pickup of 7 and a first down.
Lead blocker with the back and 3 linemen in front of him.
All right, we got a little bit of
And a partridge
kind of
in a
some
pear tree.
midfield plays going on right now, not too much. So with that, we have to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets. Better, because it has to be.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grchof.com.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. This is the Whip Around Show, game night on Michigan Sports Radio. A lot going on around the area right now. Looks like Rockford just scored again, by the way. The Rams now up 33-13, so that's Rockford now just doing what they do to everyone over the Bulldogs. As up on screen, you see Caledonia up 14-0. They're driving in that one. The main game, of course, as we get to the end of the night, we got a lot of blowouts from Freeland and Coopersville, and a lot of our games are blowouts. The OK Gold Championship, though, Chandler, is still absolutely rocking and rolling, but this is a big moment. As right now, Catholic Central is driving. The Cougars a chance to go back up more right here. Right now, it's a 14-12 game.
Almost 8 yards.
He's done a really nice job tonight coming in to give Russell Dixon a little bit of a break.
Lucas is still in there. And he's going to get it again. Turns upfield. Going to get the first down. He's still on his feet. And Lucas Zeeland gets inside the 20.
Powerful attack continuing right now for Catholic Central. They've been sticking under center with Wolf and handing it out.
We've seen him stay in bounds, but that's okay. We got the first down.
Ball's going to be 1st and 10. It's going to be, you'll see where the official's spotting it. Looks like it might be on the 19-yard line.
See Kellen come back in, and I think we're just going to stay right on the ground.
Connor Wolf under center. Kellen Russell Dixon lone backfield. And hands off, gives it to Kellen. He finds an opening. He's still on his feet. Picks up probably about 6 yards on the play.
I just keep running that play clock, Eric.
Andrew Helmus on the tackle.
Because you're going to get, if we get positive points here, we're going to be up over 2 scores. And in this weather, that's a big.
By the way, quick update from that Caledonia game. It looks like Brody Betzer is out and hurt. It's Blake Herron in right now playing quarterback in that contest. It looks like that big hit on Betzer may be putting the junior quarterback out. Wolf and company back to work for CC.
Here's Russell Dixon getting it again. He's got an opening. Kellen Russell Dixon almost down into the end zone. He's going to be short just at the 1 yard line.
I like the little pirouette flip he just pulled right there nearly into the end zone. For Russell Dixon, Chandler, with a good chance right here to put Catholic Central back up another touchdown.
Where's the flaw?
So Connor Wolf over center. He's going to hand it off to 23, and he's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Catholic Central.
Touchdown, Catholic Central. You heard the call from Eric CT, and that's, of course, a very, very big one in the course of this game, as now South Christian has got to drive and find something very, very quickly. Already late in the fourth quarter, and now they're going to go down potentially 21-12, and it will be a 2-score game.
Yeah, this extra point are going to be huge here. And if they can make it 9, make South Christian have to score twice in the fourth quarters. We're approaching roughly the middle of the fourth quarter, I believe.
Let's see if they make it.
If Connor Nielsen can convert on this extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is good.
Yes, that's huge.
Big one. We just saw Rockford take a big advantage as they are essentially going to have won now 34-13. They have just about won the – it's 45 seconds to go. Rockford is going to win the OK Red Championship again tonight here on our air. And it looks like Catholic Central is positioning themselves to win the OK Gold Championship again. So water remains wet and whatever else, and gravity remains out there, and, death, taxes, and Rockford and Catholic Central winning their conference championships, and we saw it tonight in Week 8. We thought we maybe would be able to deliver something really exciting and different to everyone, but sorry, we can't deliver that much, I guess. What everyone expected to happening as it always does. Things are returning to normal right now. I mean, last year Caledonia stole all the headlines. That one is final. Let's take a look at it. The Rockford Rams are OK Red champions, but I was saying It was Caledonia that stole some headlines last year, of course, in the march to Ford Field, and it was South Christian that, of course, stole some headlines as they had their march and their win at Ford Field in a conference championship, as Catholic Central didn't win the the state championship. They did not win for the first time in like 4 or 5 years. So that's what's going on there. Let's take a look. East Grand Rapids Byron Center, I think, our best game right now that maybe we can get some action at. Let's take a look or listen.
Clock burning. 2:40 left.
Big score. Byron Center got a field goal to make it a 2-score game and a grinder.
Drive alive. Now
Caledonia just scored as well, so the Scots go up 3 scores over the Falcons. We have got answers on just about every game across the area right now.
With 2 timeouts left, so far choosing not to take one at the 2:20 mark.
I think here you got.
Just saw Allendale 40, Unity Christian 20 in the fourth quarter, so we talked about where different places might be in terms of playoff positioning, where we might be next week with MGN. That could be an interesting one right there. If Unity Christian did lose that game, they potentially needed 2 wins to make the playoffs. So we'll have to kind of see what game we're going to potentially be at, because that may not be one on the table, as Unity may be about to miss the playoffs. Hard to believe for Coach Tibby's squad 2 years after the greatest offense in the history of the state of Michigan.
There's no 2-minute warning in high school. 2:01 is what's on the clock. East Grand Rapids burns their second timeout.
We got a long way to go, Dave, calling games to get to the point where they have a 2-minute warning.
Possibly wishful thinking. Just one more spot to get a break in. I want to thank all of our advertisers. I want to thank Detroit Wing Company, located on Knapp and the Beltline, for their participation in us bringing you high school sports throughout football season, basketball season. Stop in and say hi to Philip Georgeson. I highly recommend the Asian Orange as a
Let's break away from this. It looks like they're in the fourth quarter. We don't know exactly how much time left, but South Christian is driving right here. Let's see what's going on.
Some yardage. He's not going to get anywhere on that. Brought down. 79 coming in on the tackle, taking him down. Andrew Colleen, as well as Hugh Lockman and Austin Baxter. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for the Sailors.
Yep, there's the graphic I've been supposed to throw up, but I haven't been, folks. So now you get to see it. I did build the graphics.
Everybody's got all their timeouts left, so plenty of time on the clock for this game.
I don't know whose idea it was for us to self-produce a red zone broadcast, but that was not a good idea, whoever that was.
Clapping cadence. Carson's going to drop back to pass. He's looking. Now he's throwing to the far side. And he went to Vander Ark, and it goes incomplete. Not able to come up with it. Brings up 3rd and 10. Check that. That was Sam Weiss.
All right, 3rd and 10. Big one coming up here for South Christian, trying to save their chance to win a conference championship.
To go in the fourth quarter.
All right. Once again, I don't know how many times we've said it, Eric. Big third down.
Big third down play.
Because we know it's 4-down territory, obviously. So
Carson Viss shotgun, Hake to his right. Well, they apply a lot of pressure, but Carson's able to elude that pressure. He's rolling out to his right, and he's going to throw it over here to the sideline. It's up too high. It's intended to Weiss, so it's going to bring up 4th down. Now, Danny Brown's got a decision to make.
You got to go.
You got to go.
This is it. OK Gold Championship comes down to this.
Punt that ball. He's not going to punt it. He's going to put the game on the line right here, because if they don't get it, then Catholic Central is going to be in really good field position. And the way that running game is going, so 4th and 10, huge play right here.
Huge play for both sides.
They're going Madden right here, not punting from midfield. 4th and 10.
Shotgun position. Hake, he gets the ball. He's dropping back, looking. Here's some pressure. Still pressure. Now he's looking, throws it over the middle, and it is broken up. Incomplete. Now there's a flag coming in late.
Late flag. Let's see what it is.
Pass interference call.
Wow.
It looked like pretty good defense, Joe. I know you
just off the screen there.
I'm not even going to comment.
Do I need to turn your mic down?
We're going to shut off the mic because I don't know what our guys are about to say. They don't seem to be happy in Catholic Central territory. This is a big call right here. We'll put him back on as we don't have much to say. We got to listen to what's going on.
With the receiver. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, it was good defense.
Pass interference.
So it's going to be.
We are on screen, Chandler. Just keep that in mind.
Sailors a first down at the
I know.
Cougars
I'm trying to keep it together.
35.
Remember, this is the Nate Chandler rivalry. This is
all right, let's go
all
defense.
year long. We've had Nate on Catholic Central, my top team, the OK Gold Power Rankings, and he's had South Christian. So this is coming down to the end right here for us.
The coach for the play. He's got doubles to the right, doubles to the left, empty backfield. A sack would come in really big right now, Joe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's tough to sack him. Hake is now going to come in motion, coming back. Carson's going to take it himself up the middle, and he's going to get positive yardage. He might.
They almost
close.
got that ball
What
out
an
of there.
athlete
Ball
that
out of
kid
there, but
is.
close to the first
Unbelievable, Carson Viss.
You know, hey, if they're going to keep the ball on the ground, that clock's going to keep running.
Again, there are a lot of
Rafe
games
Goosen
going on in
in
West
tackle.
Michigan right now, but
Second and short.
this is
Second
where
and
we're
short.
sticking. This is the one, of course, to watch right now, the OK Gold Championship. We have a final, 21-0. The Fighting Scots have won.
6 minutes to go in the ball game. Carson in shotgun. Hake is to his left. Drops back, looking. He's thrown over here to the far side, and it is almost picked off.
It was right in his hand.
Braden Sweeney had it, and he just I think it scared him.
Yeah, he threw it right to him.
He threw it right to him, and Braden, I think it shocked him that the ball was right to him.
All right, this is it right here.
Well, and he's got gloves on as well. And so almost everybody else is playing with no gloves. So it could have been
We got
slippery
Eric
gloves.
and Joe's
I don't
voice.
know.
We got Brett Bakita and Buck in the
31
background as
now
well. We got
for
everyone
the
here and
Sailors.
us
They're
all
at the
tuned in on this
26
one.
Yard line, 5:49 to go in the ball game. They got to pick up the first down. Vermas in motion. He's going to take it himself. Carson has it, picks up the first down, and then some. Gets all the way down to the 15-yard line. Brought down by Connor Wolf, who's in there now, as well as 52, Cole Ford.
I'm not
Connor in
a
on
football
defense.
expert, but I feel like read option, but
First
just
and
have
10.
number 5 keep it regardless
Sailors are
seems
at
to be
the
the call
Cougar
I'd go with.
16
Yeah,
yard
they seem to
line.
be trying to throw the football. It's not really working. It's been
And
a lot
lean
of
over
just
to your
Carson
left to get
Viss
away from this
keeping the football and
pole
running
that's,
up the middle of the
blocking my
field.
view, so sorry about that, partner.
No, we're good.
Carson's in the shotgun. Hake is to his right.
It's Vermas to the near side. Look out for
He's going to
him.
give it to Hake. Hake going around the left-hand side and gets inside about the 14, brought down. Looks like you had number 30, Derek Weiss, also number
Carson
25. in on
Viss
the
looking
tackle
back
for
to the
Cougars,
sideline,
Teddy
trying to
Gilbert.
call. They're working quick again.
Teddy's having a heck of
A lot
second
going
half,
on.
too.
Rockford
Game
has
two,
won
second and
the OK
8.
Red Championship. We mentioned a moment ago as well that Byron Center 9-0 looks like they are in position to potentially win that game. Big win for Coopersville, big win for Freeland. Caledonia has won. Hudsonville had gone back up over Jension. Haven't seen a final yet from that one, but this is the game to watch right now, the OK Gold Championship.
Clayton's
Carson
gonna take the ball.
Viss.
He's going to take
He's
it
running
himself. He's running it, and he's going to get... The ball's fumbled. The ball's fumbled. Sue's coming away with no. Cole Ford comes up with the ball.
I think
Cole
that'll
Ford
do it.
gets the
think
fumble.
so.
I didn't see who got...
It looks like Catholic Central has won the OK Gold. So Rockford wins their conference championship, and Grand Rapids Catholic Central wins their conference championship. So, like I said, in other news, nothing new. We are back to where we always have been for all of time, but it looks like after a little bit of a brief hiatus last year in terms of who was taking the headlines in those conferences, we're back to where we should be. Rockford State and Grand Rapids Catholic Central University conference champions. What else is going on around West Michigan? As it looks like this one is going to be close. There's still some time left, but that one's getting closer to being wrapped up. Hudsonville Jenison was earlier our most interesting game. The score bug is over. Looks like that game is over. So it looks like Hudsonville has potentially won that one. Have not yet seen a final score out of it. I now have seen a final score, 21-14. Hudsonville wins. So that likely, by the way, means Hudsonville, they get their fifth win. They're in the playoffs. So Hudsonville should be safe now. They are able to get the extra win that they needed. Remember, a team that got off to such a fast start, they haven't won for a few weeks now. So big win for Hudsonville as they should be able to lock up their playoff positioning. East Grand Rapids, Byron Center. That's been our most interesting game. Let's see what's going on there.
but more has to be determined on the gridiron. Once again, for Matt Ellenboss, I'm Dave Van Noord. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, it's done. Byron Center 9-0. They beat East Grand Rapids. Chandler, we are getting very quickly to the end of our night of coverage right now. It would seem a lot of these games are wrapping up right now. That Catholic Central game, really the only one of major note that we still have going on. Let's see what's going on in that Newaygo and Central Montcalm game. That was all Central Montcalm earlier. It's a commercial at this point in time. Chippewa Hills and Tri-County. Haven't checked into this game too much, and Tri-County's up big in it. Let's listen in.
Man, in the seam, now it's a foot race, and the Warriors gonna finally get knocked out of bounds. Humphrey knocked out of bounds by Joey Shotko, but not before he races the other end of the field. All the way down to the Tri-County 30-yard line. So
Chippewa Hills driving there. That's what's going on. Let's check back in with Eric and the Catholic Central boys. They're getting ready to celebrate the conference championship. Looks like they're even going to a timeout, and they're going to a commercial, so never mind. We'll break back away from that. Actually, this is a good chance to quick take a commercial of our own. We'll be right back.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grchof.com.
Welcome back to the Game Night Whip Around Show. Nate and Chandler again. Most everything starting to wrap up across West Michigan and beyond. So one score 30-6 right now is the score. Lowell trailing to Forest Hill Central. So Forest Hill Central in good position in that one to try to come out on top of the mess that has been the White Conference this season. Here are just some scores. I have the live scores page up on Michigan Sports Radio. Maybe a little bit tough to see here. Can kind of make that out, so we'll bring it up. But Rockford beats Grandville. They're OK Red champions. Freeland beats up on Bay City John Glenn 45-6 in that one. 34-6. Coopersville over Holland Christian. You know the Catholic Central South Christian situation. Just heard from Tri-County Chippewa Hills where it's 22-0. Jension falls to Hudsonville by a touchdown. Comstock Park gets blown out by Kingsley 65-12. Central Montcalm up big 32-0 on Newaygo. So Central Montcalm and the Hornets able to keep their playoff chases alive. Caledonia beats East Kentwood, puts the Falcons into a potential must-win scenario against West Ottawa, who won or is in process of winning big. That's a huge game next week at East Kentwood that, again, might become, based on the way the playoff points go, we'll see, but it might be winner-take-all between West Ottawa and East Kentwood. Byron Center wins 9-0 in a defensive skirmish in the rain against East Grand Rapids. Zeeland West falls to Mona Shores. Mona Shores wins that one 14-6. Reeths Puffer, a game that we really didn't get a chance to check in really on much today. Actually, I think it maybe went down on off the MSR website. But that one, Reeths Puffer wins 35-21. Hamilton loses big to West Catholic as well, as we'll get the second half of that score. 49 to 0. 49 to 0. Alrighty. 51-6. Muskegon beats Union. And then Forest Hills Northern. Looks like they're on their way to beating Northview. And Spring Lake is beating Fruitport. So that's some of the scores around the area. Let's check back in with this Catholic Central game and see what's going on as the Cougars are getting ready to wrap up a conference championship.
318 yards on 31 carries.
Give a little shout out to Don and Judy Serba. They're at home watching or listening to the game and probably watching the broadcast. And a buddy of mine, Eric Jension, Eric is also a big SC fan, and he told me, he goes, Eric Jensen says, you like your chances, and then they fumbled. And then he told me I was a homer. So
all right, out of the timeout, Connor Wolf under center, hands it off to guess who? Kellen Russell Dixon. He dances, and he's going to get tackled by a swarm of sailors, and Danny Brown's going to call this next timeout. So we're going to time out. We'll step aside for one more quick time, and then we'll finish it up here on Michigan Sports Radio. We'll be right back.
So we're calling timeouts at the Cat, so that's cool. So let's see what else is going on. Freeland. Lou, are we still playing football? We are. What does Mr. Gamblin have to say? Freeland's up big.
His feet were over the end line anyway, so that'll bring up 4th down now, and about 4 in Falcon territory. The clock running now down to 3:45 and counting. Hard for me to see with the rain coming down, but 3:40 to go here in this 4th quarter. Again, with the running clock, continues to roll. We'll go through the second half the touchdown drives for the Falcons at the conclusion of tonight's game, and we'll give you our Roger Richter offensive and defensive players of the game. 4th down and 4. Falcon crowd trying to cheer on their defense. It's going to be a keeper on the option, and it appears that he may have enough for the...
So John Glenn driving. By the way, it looks like 35-21 if you're a fan of the Grandville Bulldogs. I know you're not having a great night, and you probably don't want to hear from us right now. Well, maybe you do. Maybe we are the ones that you want to hear from. At least me. I'll probably still say what you want to hear. Watch as I still have Grandville atop my OK Red Power rankings this week. Yeah. Can he do it? He might know how to. We'll see. How would I do it? I don't know. We'll find out. But Davison by 2 scores leading over Grand Blanc. So again, transitive property of football makes no sense. Granville kills Grand Blanc. Granville gets killed by Davison. Davison and Grand Blanc play a game that's been within 2 scores most of the way. Explain that. You can't.
That's a tough one, yeah.
You can't. All right, let's go back to Catholic Central, see if they're back from the timeout that was called by Coach Brown, and see if Catholic Central's got this thing wrapped up. They're still driving, and maybe a chance to put more points on the board at the end, which will inflate a score of how close this one really has been.
Or do they punch it in?
Well, we're going to find out here in about a second. They're taking a knee.
Looks like they're going to take a knee, going to go into victory formation.
Very classy move by Coach Colster.
Minute 5 to go. So they'll have to snap the ball probably one more time because it's a 40-second play clock. So that was a smart coaching move by Danny Brown to tell them, let them score. And he takes the...
All right, there's the knee, and Nate is right all season long. I had Catholic Central ranked above South Christian in our OK Power 6 weekly for the OK Gold. What say you? Because Nate was right again. How do you feel about that?
It hurts a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Yep, but it was a close game. I think, some people maybe expected that it wasn't going to be. I don't know. I'm just trying to claim something here. It was a close game the whole way.
It was a close game.
It was entertaining
right.
for me to watch. Yeah, it was. I had my Sailors had a chance till the end there.
My Sailors. All right, so Catholic Central wins the OK Gold. Rockford wins the OK Red. There is the handshake line behind us, and we can take one last break in terms of our main coverage because we're going to take a break. When we come back, we go to our Centennial Securities postgame show, and we're going to hand out some awards, not just from one game, but from across the area tonight. We've got a lot, certainly, to hand out, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
Revolution Rehab offers a personalized approach to physical therapy and health. Dr. Tyler started a private pay practice, allowing him to provide a level of care that you deserve. His goal is to recognize the root cause of the problem and restore the body's natural function. He uses physical therapy as a tool to inspire others to live a healthy and meaningful life. With 2 locations in Rockford and Grand Rapids, he can help you get back into the game. Check him out at therevolutionrehab.com.
Let's take a look. As I mentioned over the phone, wear and tear.
Oh man, they're never gonna buy this thing. Wear and tear? Well, there's the coffee stain on the seat. It needs new brakes. All 4 wheels squeak. The passenger door doesn't even have a handle. Not to mention that one time I went to my uncle's farm and backed up into a truck full of shit.
Should about cover it. You're all set.
Oh.
Don't overthink it. Seller to Weller. 167 horsepower. Candy red. 8 cylinders of freedom. And to think, he only let me drive it once. I've never considered myself to be a lucky man. That would be Dad. He didn't know a thing about cars, couldn't tell a hatchback from a quarterback. But somehow his just kept going. And going. And going and going. Turns out Dad wasn't lucky. He just knew where to look.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, and the Game Night Whip Around Show. Everything mostly wrapped up across West Michigan. At this point in time, we got a whole bunch of finals from across the area. We will, they're a commercial, we'll leave that Catholic Central game on behind us, so they're getting ready to go into their post-game show in just a moment. They're actually on the same ad break as us, just like 30 seconds behind. So that's where they're at right there. Let's hand out some awards. First off, we, of course, handed out some conference hardware here tonight. Conference championships going to Rockford and to Catholic Central, assuming they win next week, which, of course, we fully expect each of them will be able to do so. So let's hand out some awards right here. Chandler, let's start with our Farmers Insurance Play of the Week. And we're going to go with Co-Plays of the Week this week because there's a couple what we'll call championship moments, I think, that we can go to. First off, it was Ryan Ahern had a pick to seal it for Rockford, and then it was Kellen Russell Dixon plowing his way into the end zone again for Catholic Central. So a couple play of the games or play of the weeks this week, and it comes from the 2 conference sealing matchups tonight.
Yeah, 2 plays on either side of the ball that helped seal the win for their team. For Rockford, and Ahern on defense, able to make the pick as Grandville trying to drive down a couple scores, get back in the game. Ahern picks it off and gets Rockford the football back and gets that the win secured there. And Russell Dixon pounding it into the end zone as they go up a couple scores late in that one as well to grow the distance between them and South Christian.
And, of course, we send a huge thank you to Farmers Insurance, longtime supporter of Game Night and Michigan Sports Radio. You've seen them at the top. I can't reach over there. You've seen them on the top of our screen along with Centennial Securities all day long, our presenting sponsors. And Centennial Securities does present our winning game plan of the game, which either can be best play call, best decisions in general. Remember that Centennial Securities offers the investments and advice for your best financial game plan. And we go with Todd Colston. We go with Grand Rapids Catholic Central for their general game plan because this is a team that in years past we've seen them air the crap out of the football left and right, all over the place, out of the shotgun. They went under center. They went with a couple of different running backs, of course, led by Russell Dixon. They just pounded the football from under center. Old school, a lot of times twin tight ends even on those formations. They knew the weather conditions tonight, and they went against a South Christian team that kind of stuck with their 3-4 wide offense, read option, trying to do what they try to do, spreading you out like that. Catholic Central said, no, we know the conditions tonight. We know literally no one in the air except for Rockford was scoring tonight, and we know what we're going to try to do. That's exactly what they did. They pounded the football. Really good game plan from that Catholic Central group.
Yeah, for sure. Just knowing what to expect, knowing the weather they were going to be against. It wasn't going to be a night where you're going to be throwing the football around, and that's going to be very effective. And, of course, when you got running back talent like what they have, they can lean on that a little bit more, go to some of that power formation, run the football at them, keep it a low-scoring game, but knowing that you're still going to be able to move bodies around and get yourselves in the end zone enough to win that football game.
Rainbow Grill of Grandville presents our Player of the Week. Remember, the Rainbow Grill is there's some new ownership, and they are open 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Half a sandwich and a side you can get for $9.09 from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily, and wet burrito Wednesdays are from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So make sure you check them out, the Rainbow Grill in Grandville, presenting sponsor of our Player of the Week and Player of the Game Award on Michigan Game Night. And you got to go with Ryan Ahern for the Rams. Offensively found the end zone, had the pick on defense. Like I said, 106 kids on this roster. And he's a third-year player, and only one of them plays both ways. He, of course, is the brother of Zach, who was up there for one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of Rockford football as well, now at playing for Coach Denise at Fair State. Yeah, I mean, he was incredible. He was the guy, if Coach Stiegel and company were going to circle a guy like, yeah, in the rain and the conditions, we're going to have to find a way to make sure he doesn't beat us. Ryan Ahern did his thing tonight.
Yeah, he's been a leader all season long for one of the best teams in the state, and best teams for sure in the area, and led them again tonight, offensively, defensively, making plays, getting in the end zone. Of course, we just talked about the play of the night there and the interception on defense, doing a little bit of everything as he has all season long.
Yeah, and Russell Dixon as well. Great game. If South Christian had won, Carson Viss, of course, had a huge game. Tungate, a very big game for Byron Center as well. So a lot of guys and maybe some stat lines that we'll be seeing coming out on some of the shows tonight that may change. But Ryan Ahern kind of led the way. Drake Irwin, very good as well. But Ahern playing both ways will give him the slight nod on a OK Red championship ceiling night, as looks like they're starting to get set up for the Fox 17 Blitz show around center field. Looks very, very wet out there at Catholic Central. And finally, it's our Car Center Hit of the Week. And this is an award we don't normally know where to go. And I even hate to give it to it because, unfortunately, it looks like Brody Betzer kind of got hurt on the play. So we wish all the best for him. That maybe it was just kind of a situation where they want to take him out. But the Hit of the Week goes to East Kentwood, because on that hit that sent down Betzer, our Joey Sutherland on the call referred to it as the Malachi Crunch on the Betzer, and that is our hit of the game. That was my favorite moment of the entire night. No one can call a football game like Joey Sutherland, and boy, he did it right there as the Malachi Crunch. Unfortunately, and I hate, this is such bad practice for us because the kid, potentially got hurt on the play. So this is normally, we never do this, but it mostly goes to Joey for the call because I love that so much.
It was. The call was really what got it for us. I think, hopefully that's nothing serious, and he'll be back for them the week 9 and the playoff run. But the hit there delivered, and then the call, I think, is really what sealed it. The Malachi Crunch. That's when I looked it up. I did not know what that meant.
Neither did I.
It's it's apparently a type of collision from multiple angles. So that sounds like not great when you think about the high-low situations and things that flags would maybe potentially be thrown for. But I think the verbiage there was used in a sense of a big hit, and I think that's what we were looking for. And hopefully all the best again to Betzer, and that he'll be back soon.
Yes, thank you for your consummate professionalism there, Chandler, to help land the plane, because I was trying to crash it and you landed it. So I thank you for always doing that for me. That's your job. We made it. We made it. I didn't think we were going to make it. I really didn't. I had no idea how this was going to go. It actually kind of went smoothly. Let's see. What is it, Around the Horn or whatever on ESPN? Is that what it is? That always does or PTI does the misses, or what do we get wrong? So let's see. I forgot to change the graphic once.
Okay.
Twice, I think we forgot to pop the audio up of the game going on. Yeah, I don't know. Besides that, the games weren't very good. This was the only one that was kind of decent, this Catholic Central game. The Byron Center game okay as well, but we didn't. That game just kind of was such a grinding malaise that we really didn't get a chance to check it out that much. You would have seen a much more entertaining version of us if Grandville had won this game. It would have been quite something, especially if we were calling it at the end, which we already did a couple of. I think we called both of Grandville's touchdowns actually. Yep. So at least got that, and we still. Actually, that's not true. We missed Grandville games. Sorry, whatever. Never mind. All right, I think we've about made it to the end of that. I don't know what else more to really say. Again, Tuesday, Michigan Game Night. Our YouTube page, we'll tweet out on our social media at MI Game Night, which you can see at the top of your page, and so forth. We'll have our Tailgate Report podcast. We'll have a lot to break down from this one. We normally do an interview with a Grandville coach or player coming off the loss and setting up this final week of the year. We will see what exactly who we have on, if we have someone on, because we have a lot to break down from tonight as well. So we have a lot to get to in all that regard. So we'll wait and see, I guess, on what exactly things look like. But make sure you check out the Tailgate Report podcast. We made it. Do you have any final thoughts from this night?
Nothing crazy. I think it was pretty effective. It was something fun to try out for a night and then be able to follow along with all the action. Usually it's after we're done calling our game, it's a mad flurry of trying to catch up on everything, and now being able to see the highlights kind of as we go along and see everything there was a cool experience and something we'll have to see moving forward.
Yeah, this stream's still going here. So the Catholic Central stream, if you want to just watch the field, they still have it going, it appears to be. So that's good. Like I said, check us out there. Check us out on social media at MI Game Night. If you don't follow us already there, Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio, please do so at MI Game Night. In particular, there you also can find what we're doing next week, because we don't know outside of the podcast. We'll announce on the podcast, but Grandville, Jension, a potential game. We mentioned we'll have to take a look at the playoff positioning for Unity Christian, for the different Zeeland schools, and for these different games going on, where exactly we might be. There really aren't enough big Week 9 matchups for us to do this again, I don't think. So, and I want to get back out in the press box. I want to get back out and call the game. That's why we actually do this. This was a lot of fun, though. We certainly will take a look at the numbers, too, and we certainly, I think, will do this again in the future. All right. Hey, thanks for everyone tuning in all night long here to Michigan Sports Radio and the Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio Whip Around Show. He is Chandler Timmer. I am Nate Dreyer. We'll see everyone next time. Again, Podcast Tuesday. We'll be back on the air from a field somewhere in West Michigan, from a stadium somewhere maybe even in West Michigan on Friday. We'll see you then.